Mouth.
Butt.
Voice.
Chest.
Eyes.
You said that.
I meant it.
You swear you don't want anything more from me other than sex?
You swear you don't want anything more from me? You girls get...
Stop it.
What are you doing?
I'm pulling up.
We can be friends with benefits. Pussy good, let me get in this. Witness this. Long stroke, baby, digging this. Feel it, bitch. Intricate flow, stripping this. Take a sip. I'm gonna take you on a guinea trip. Nightcap. Nice ass, nice tits, girl, I like that. Throw that ass back, girl, let me clap that. Vibrate the whole room when I smack that. Goddamn, do the truth, bring that ass back. Bonafide pleasure, girl. Thinking every measure, girl. Take it to a better world. Hurricane, beat it down. Rockin' like a hurricane. Never lane, beat it down the frame. When I do my thing, off the chain. Liquor in my vein. Now we switching lanes. Hit the Somerset, vibe everything. Come on, and kill this love, make it limitless. Baby girl is into this. Feel the shit. We can be friends with benefits. Let me tell you what the benefits. We can be friends with benefits. Let me tell you what the benefits. We can be friends with benefits. Going 6 months into this, hit a lick. She my trap queen, where we go and flip a brick. East side, west side, we be in this bitch. Detroit, murder mitten, what we represent. My girl down the ride, she a bad bitch. Revolutionary shit, she a blast quick. Head back to the hood, count the bag, bitch. Think I'm falling in love with this madness. Hold up, wait a minute. Emotions in it, man, I think I'm fucking tripping. Look me in my eyes, and she said she fucking dig it. Let's put our mind together, then start a fucking business. We ball like a motherfucker, ride through the city. Like after that, she ride my dick like a motorbike, digging this. Benefits is limitless. Baby girl is into this. Feel the shit. We can be friends with benefits. Let me tell you what the benefits. We can be friends with benefits.
Okay. That's enough of the tennis.
What's wrong with the couch? It's less emotional.
The bedroom is better light. And since we're just friends, I don't have to be insecure about my body.
Come on, Kate, you're beautiful. There's nothing to be insecure about.
You see, that is way too emotional.
Try to weigh 100 bowls, that shit broke the scale. If I get locked up, no a nigga gon' make bail. Free my nigga ride, that nigga locked up in hell. 100 straps, 100 max, the bitches sit up on my lap. Round, I took your hoe, she made it clap. No CJ, he get them racks, I double back. Serve a fiend every day, bitch is a fact. Run it up like every day, sliding in the coupe. Yo, be sucking dick and shorty say that I'm the truth. PX7 alley boys, you know we get the loose. Shaq Diesel with the 40, they tell you don't fuck with dude.
Hated pick a clothes, so I had got my cake up. They was hating on the chance, so I had got my weight up. No, I'm not, I'm a free man, I'm a free man. Me and Shorty just met, and I spent 3 bands up. Swerving in the Tesla while she doing her makeup. And she ain't fucking with me, cause she know I'm a player. Ain't no drama, gon' spray on my niggas out to the AM. We wanted everything, give a fuck about Uncle Sam.
And if a nigga run up on CJ, he getting these hands.
We ain't fucking with no rats, some niggas
Taking a stand, and plus we hanging up the phone. If it ain't about them bands,
We ain't fucking with us now,
you don't get second chance. But I just met this bitch and I spit 3 bands. Sliding in the jack, she got her hand up in my pants. Shorty fuck with C and a friend, she fuck with Champ. CJ running circles, run these niggas doing laps.
Tired of fucking with niggas, all they do is cap. And I do this for the city, put them on the map. CJ started to brick a dope, I hope you don't relapse. Know you fucking with her, you know it's double tap. My side bitch crazy, my main bitch lazy. My other bitch said she wanna fuck me on the daily.
I slide in that Mercedes, she wanna have my baby. And money been the only thing up on my mind lately.
Hated pick a club, so I had got my cake up. They was hating on the chance, so I had got my weight up. No, I'm not, I'm a free man, I'm a free man. Me and Shorty just met, and I spent 3 bands up.
Man, welcome back, y'all, to another episode on the JVJ Network. And I am your host tonight. Let's talk with JVJ. Man, I hope everybody doing all right tonight, man. I have a video for y'all playing. If y'all saw it earlier, I'm sorry to tell you that we had to cancel that. Yep. I had some planned for y'all, but then a little birdie let me know something, y'all. Let me know something, and I wasn't going to give up this opportunity to not cover this. So we are going to be talking about Cynthia G tonight. If y'all do not know this lady, y'all going to find out about her today. But I don't like her. I do not like her. But we're going to break down some of the talking points that are being said. This is a lady, if y'all, once again, do not know, she's a lady that likes to say on the internet in front of everybody, proud and loud with no shame, that black women should delete their black sons. Yeah, she's a firm believer in that, and she advocates for other women to do it too. Well, I don't know if she ever did it. She might have. A lot of girls get abortions, but ain't no telling. But she decided to sneak her little weaselly ass over here on the YouTube, and she's over on another person's channel. They were talking about Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, and things of that sort, from what I can tell earlier. And we're gonna review a live stream in real time. So if y'all are ready, I'm ready. Let's see what they got going on over there. Thymus, what y'all talking about?
Iyanla went back on Nick Cannon's show, and Nick Cannon was asking him about whether or not he's a deadbeat father or whether or not he's contributing to degeneracy. And she essentially said no. And the Discord was showing that to me today. And I was so disgusted. I think that's another clip that I think you might want to review or watch with me, or review by yourself. It doesn't matter. But I would like your take on that, because I think you should review it.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I think when the questions of having
let me stop real quick, because that's that guy by the name I was telling y'all, Thymus. That's him right there. Yeah, he's
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay.
That's all I can tell you. Ain't nothing wrong with you being gay, but when you be gay and then you start hating on black men, I kind of got an issue with you, buddy. And I'm kind of bring up your orientation on this. So, not just for the people that are LGBTQ, look, ain't got no smoke for y'all. But when you bring this bullshit out, I'm going to have smoke for you. Just throwing it out there ahead of time. I'm like, he ain't saying nothing. You can see.
Too many kids, and is that a good thing or bad thing, or tying it to degeneracy? That's only done when black women are doing it. I want us to be clear, because it's not even done when white women do it. If any other group of women do it, they don't get the same reaction. And I think if black men do it, they definitely don't get the same reaction. So I do want to point that out, that this has actually been reinforced in our community over multiple generations, this epidemic of black men engaging in this plantation breeding behavior, because that's literally what it is. Let's just be real. They're not building strong black families. They're not building solid foundations anywhere. What they're building is more chaos and confusion. They're building more degeneracy, because all of these behaviors stem from a plantation mentality. And I won't really be convinced of anything different, because their behavior and what they are doing looks way too similar to the plantation breeding that took place for hundreds of years. I think we already know.
So you were thinking it's the plantation. Iyanla think it's because, I kid you not, this is what she said, that it might be because Nick Cannon is a reincarnation of a king who is like polygamous and have a bunch of children because they can afford it. So that's why she thinks Nick Cannon may be doing it. That was her answer, and I kid you, I'm not joking.
Yeah, so she had the typical black male worshiping perspective, which I'm not surprised by. But the reality is, number one, Nick Cannon has said himself that he spread himself thin. That's number one. He's already said that in reference to the children that he's helped to create. So he knows he's already created more children than he should have. Further, Nick Cannon cannot provide for these children, because we saw that when Nick Cannon spoke on the Jays, when he spoke out of turn, we saw how all of his jobs were taken away. And he said they're trying to take food off of my children's tables. So if Nick Cannon's ability to afford his children is based upon when and if he speaks out of turn and all of his jobs get taken away, then he clearly cannot provide for his children. So I don't know why they're thinking that just because in this moment while Nick has this stream of income, oh, he's okay to create as many kids as he can afford. No, he can't. And we saw that. We saw that it's dependent on him keeping his damn mouth shut. And Nick Cannon always speaks out of turn, so we can assume that the same thing will happen again. We just don't know when.
Yeah. Well, let me know when you're free again and we can review that. But for now, let's get into this clip right here. This is Nick Cannon and the doctor, Dr. Bryant.
And we are back once again. It's an honor, privilege, and a pleasure to be in a safe space and a brave place where it's not about canceling, it's about counseling. And I am joined by the founder of the Dr. Bryant Institute, and I honestly, I've never had more reverence for an individual in this setting, not only because she's truly a professional and kind of walks the walk and talks the talk, but she reads me, she puts me in my place and talks to me in a way that I receive it because she has over 17 years in her profession as a therapist and an expert in psychology, but also keeps it real. She ain't here cussing, calling, referring to, she's saying all the words. So just say that. And this is probably our third session. And I honestly want to have the opportunity. Welcome back.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy to be back.
No doubt. I'm excited to talk about you.
Can I say something really quickly? Because so the clip that I did a clip on was the commentary that I did was based on a clip where Nick Cannon was very defensive, and it looks like right here he's more relaxed and more accepting of her, more friendly. I think that he thought she was going to take the same approach as Iyanla. And when she came with accountability, and you will see how quickly Nick Cannon shifts into this defensive, laughing, giggling, kiki, cackling, because this is a doctor who's actually telling him, look, this is the problem, what you're doing. Whereas Iyanla telling him he's a reincarnation of a king that he never was. Like, he don't like the fact that she ain't about to blackmail worship him.
Yeah, I think, well, I don't think outside of the context of blackmail worship, because I do think you're right there. I also have the inclination here that what Iyanla does is not only what he thinks Iyanla is going to do, but what he expects from people around him. I don't think you are a Nick Cannon and the people around you, the Black people in particular around you, tell you no. You know what I mean? Or hold you accountable. So I do agree with you. I think that he was surprised. He was relaxed and comfortable right now because, like, I'm Nick Cannon. I do what I do, and no one is going to check me. So I don't think he was ready for the check.
Well, he wasn't. But if you look back, because at the end of the day, doctor or not, she the Black woman, and he had experienced Black women in many different professions coming with the same attitude towards him because he is a Black man. So I think Black men, because they put so much time into bullying and shaming Black women into having a response to their degeneracy, he expects that no matter who, as long as it is a Black woman, expects to get coddled. He expects to get the Iyanla treatment from Black women because
we're gonna pause for a second right here because if y'all don't get the gist already, Cynthia's coming from, well, she's reading from our old playbook of saying the same thing over and over and over again like it's true, but it's a complete lie. But a lot of people want to pick up on it. I noticed a lot of ladies like to follow her. They followed her before she got her ass banned from YouTube and she's clearly on here right now. So, YouTube, y'all ain't doing y'all job. But she keeps going with a talking point that these Black men as a whole are degenerate. They're degenerate, and these women are just having to deal with it. We're not creating families as Black men. We're just putting a burden and causing chaos for Black women. That's one of her talking points. Well, I'm gonna show y'all some stats in a little bit that clearly disproves that. But I'm gonna let her keep going with her little hate speech. That's what she on.
Overall attitude of Black women is that Black men are not to blame for their behavior. Like, he even experienced that with Joy the Group. remember when he was talking to Joy DeGruy and he kept mentioning the fact that he's a colorist. All of the women that he has procreated with show the extent of his colorism and self-hatred. And Joy DeGruy didn't even go into holding him accountable for the women that he's choosing. This a manifestation of the self-hatred that he has. Listen, these men know that Becky's womb is not going to produce a black child. They know that. That's why they are over there. They wouldn't be over there if they thought that Becky was going to produce a black child just like you do. They know that Becky is going to create for them the preferential phenotype that they want, which is the European phenotype. So Nick Cannon knows very well what he's doing. He wanted to see if Joy DeGruy was going to hold him accountable.
I gotta stop right here, y'all. I don't want to get irritated and aggravated and start cussing, but baby, I don't know if you know this or not, but if a black man lays up with a white woman, a Hispanic woman, an Asian woman, Native American woman, Indian woman, that child's gonna be black, regardless of whether you agree with it or not. The rest of the world will tell you that's a black baby. And black genes are dominant. They dominate the other genes of other races. I don't know what you're talking about. That's why you see the skin tone be the color that it is. Now, you have variations here and there because genetics is funny. God did a great job with that. But majority of the time, the black genes are going to dominate the rest of them. So I don't know why you saying that these men are going to Becky because they want a certain type of color of baby. Like, what are you trying to say? They're trying to touch their kids too? That's what's going on. But this is what I'm talking about. They say self-hatred. You hate yourself if you date somebody of another race. I guess we need to use that logic across life, period. Man, if I eat vanilla ice cream, that must mean I hate chocolate ice cream. If I eat a Snicker bar, that must mean I hate Reese's. If I give my dad a goddamn birthday present, but I don't give my mom one on that day, I must hate my mom. Like think about how dumb this logic sounds. Maybe somebody just found somebody that they like and they're dating them. It's amazing to me that they tell women to go divest, but still talk shit about black men that might possibly get with a woman of another race when the numbers are not even that. He's not even that great of a number. 15% of black men are married outside of their race. I think like 8% are with white women, and that's of like 2021. And you losing your mind over 15%, but you don't give a fuck about the black women that are married out. Their number's smaller, but still do it. So what's the problem? But I'm gonna let her keep going. She's mad that Nick Cannon. She would fuck Nick Cannon if Nick Cannon gave her the time of day. Like, I don't even know why she's trying to act like she wouldn't. She'd be all up in them. She'd be letting that man get all up in them guts. Real shit. Keep going.
Well, and she did.
I don't like it. I like his suit. I just think it's the wrong suit for sitting on a couch. But I do like the color and the double-breasted vest. But we're not here to talk about the suit. But I did like the suit. I don't like the tie.
Conversations about, the black woman in whole. We even talked a lot about, black men specifically. We kind of dove into my life. But for those who may or may not know who you are and where you come from, I want to give you the opportunity to tell a little bit about yourself and share your story and your journey. First and foremost, where do you come from?
I come from San Pedro, which is a community in Los Angeles, a small city, small town, product of two teenage parents. They had me at 16 and 17. The cool thing
Likewise.
is, though, right? The cool thing is they were high school sweethearts and they didn't get pregnant on accident. I love this small story. They actually play the biggest games here in LA. Big organizations.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to skip her backstory. It sounds amazing, but we ain't got the time.
Because I don't rock with your mama, therefore I don't rock with you.
Right.
And I think, if anything, that's a sin at a different level. But I can see how you can easily fall into that because especially if there's conflict there and if someone's making it difficult for you to be a father, all you can do, again, going back to our past sessions, is retreat, is flee. I'm going to go back and forth with you because you're breaking my heart because you're not allowing me to see my child.
And I can't deal with the heartbreak, so I'm running away from the heartbreak. Not really the responsibility, but the responsibility gets negated as well.
But the child is a pawn.
Yeah.
What type of individual are you anyway?
And we don't care about the type of individual you are. If my eye's on the prize to see my child, then by all means necessary, let me run these plays.
Yeah.
And I got to sit in emotion or deal with emotions. And I just
that's
what
we got to learn. We just unpack some heavy stuff right there.
Yeah, totally.
But again, in any man who is a single father who is desiring to be in their child's life at the highest capacity, I just encourage you just to work through it. Try to become as emotionally intelligent as possible and always focus on the child. Even if you don't necessarily get along with the mom or you're going to have challenges, you're going to have conflict. And even if she's not at the space, just try to work through it and be there for that child.
100%. Yeah, no, absolutely. So
we as two individuals who, I came up in an unorthodox household and, I appreciate every time my parents put me first before them. And sometimes it's humans, it's not always easy to put, even as your own children.
In my value
self-preservation is the first law of nature.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to take care of yourself, but still take the attempt to put your children's feelings before your own.
And I think that's why statistically, that's a big reason why the divorce rate is high, because of what you just said, people putting kids first. I beg the different, even though my dad agrees with you too. He's the dad, he puts us first. He don't care who walks, we come first. So he's been an excellent father, but not the best of men, just being real. Me and him had debates where I say, Daddy, I don't agree with that. He's like, I've never put a woman before you or even my mother. And I'm saying, I don't agree with that. When I have kids with my husband, we come first. Doesn't mean the kids go without, but when you have two adults who understand that we're showing learned behavior and we're teaching our kids what a healthy relationship looks like, not just for marriage, but also them. It doesn't mean that the kids don't eat and the wife and husband does. There's a hierarchy for me that goes God.
Demus, you look so awesome this evening. Thank you, lovely lady. You've been a member for 24 months. I love randomly running into you all across.
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay.
Gay, gay. This shit is bad.
So, thank you.
My hubs, me, and then the kids.
I understand
and so
that.
the covenant is broken. Only for me. I'm not self-projecting. The covenant is broken when it goes the other way. Of course, if I'm married and my husband says, you know, if only you know, one person gets to eat and there's three of us, I'm sure both of us are going to equally agree it's the child.
Right.
But when it comes to making sure our relationship is healthy, which is really the healthiness of the environment for our child, and for me, my value is only my husband comes first and I come first. And I find in my session of 17 years, Nick, there's been more men than women who come in and say that the relationship failed. And if you look at divorce rate statistics of when divorce happens, it's after that first.
Maddie, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for being here for 15 months. Thank you. No, I do not like his shoes. No.
Child.
Yeah.
It's after, because
they should have never got married in the first place.
Probably so, but also because, you know, whoever it was, and from my experience, it has been the woman, we're not knocking women, but it's been the woman more who has placed the child first and totally dissipated the man out of their relationship.
Only reason why I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this, Doc, is because we're talking life.
Yeah.
These children did not ask to be here.
Right.
They are a responsibility.
100%.
As individuals, I can't put my desires and my happiness, or I shouldn't, over someone that I am responsible for. So even I'm not even talking about putting food on the table and all. I'm talking about, we're talking about mental, physical, and spiritual well-being in a household. I'm not, and again, this is pretty heavy, because when I grew up with it, and I'm a product of it, and I'm producing it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did he just say that he's producing a household where you have a father in there mentally, spiritually, and physically contributing? Because your kids are not in your household. Your kids are scattered around in how many different women's, 5, 6 different women's households? So it's like, that's not what you're creating. But look at how delusional he is. Look at how.
You know what's funny? It's rich. Now I do not agree. I think most people know this, if y'all been watching for a while, that I do not agree with how Nick Cannon's getting down. The only good thing about it is he has the money to take care of all those kids, but I don't agree with the way he's getting down. I believe he should have settled down with one of those women and stopped just having all these kids, like straight up. But to hold him accountable, we still have to hold the women accountable that keep going over there and having kids with the motherfucker. Like, I can sit here all day and be like, Nick Cannon, you ain't shit. But if the women keep going and having babies with him, what the fuck does it do? What does it do? It's like Future. Future got a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women. We can call Future out for being a piece of shit, not doing it the right way, in my honest opinion. But if the women keep going, like, what we supposed to do? What we supposed to do? And it's rich coming from her. She's a big mama. I'm pretty sure if you ask her story, she'll blame it all on the man that she had kids with. I'm pretty sure that's how that would go. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. Let's keep going.
How delusional he is. He thinks he's creating that simply because he's the biological father of these children. This is a man who said, before even doing this interview, that he spread himself thin. He can't provide that to his children. He's already admitted that, but now he's sitting up in front of her face telling her that that's what he's creating.
Not only can he not do that in terms of putting himself in all these homes, the idea that he thinks he is a good father is weird to me, but the way he said, and he did it with Iyanla also.
Great question. What evidence do you have that Nick Cannon's not a good father to his kids? I want to know that. What evidence? And we got Miss Embrace the Grace up in the building. What's up, girl? She said, good evening, all. Please press the like button upon the Robert. Y'all hit that thing. Hit that thing, and hit that thing again. But what evidence, really, y'all, does he have to say that Nick Cannon is not a good father? Like, I understand having a lot of kids, but does that automatically make you a bad father for having a lot of kids? Because I don't know if we can just think back in time. Like, let's go back to the 60s. Let's go back to the 50s. Let's go back to those times when we had big families. We had really big families. Does that mean that dad didn't take care of his kids or didn't care about his kids? I don't get the correlation how those two meet. I really don't. I really don't get how those two meet. But maybe I'm crazy or something. But I'm gonna let it keep going, man. Like Diamonds.
Oh, okay. So now I see a little gay in you. Good. When you did this, I saw it.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that is.
We really do have to get to the Iyanla video too. It's almost like he's begging for validation that he is not like all the other men who create broken homes. Like he's saying he experienced broken homes, so he doesn't want to create that. And I'm like, well, you definitely failed 6, 7, 8 times over.
Well, that's because the prevailing narrative in the Black community has always, and really still is, that Black men want to provide for their children. They either, one, don't have the money to, either two, the mother is keeping their kids from them, or three, the white man is putting some barrier up to where they can't provide for their children. What it looks like right now is that Nick Cannon is trying to.
Or number 4, he could be a deadbeat. We always have that option on the table. He can also be a deadbeat, but I'm not even going to use the one with the white man. Like, I'm not even going to use that one, not in 2024. And I understand we got a lot of difficulties between the races when it comes to how they treat Black men and Black people as a whole, but I'm not going to use that as a reason why a man can't take care of his kids, because at the end of the day, we might not be able to go get the best job, but we can go get a job. That's one thing I will say, and I know that's fucked up, but it is what it is. You can go get something. But no, like, you're just not going to dismiss all the other shit on there. Like, look, most of these, I'm going to let them keep talking because I don't want to go into it. I ain't finna go down that road. I've been around these situations too many times to notice majority of these dudes are not leaving these women and breaking these homes up. And then on top of that, talking about creating, these Black men are creating broken homes. How, if women bring life? Remember, you hear that all the time, women bring life? No. Women carry life. They carry that shit. Men plant the seed, but they never want to get that prop. Yeah, we're the ones who carry the seed inside of us. You can't get pregnant by yourself. Just like we can't get pregnant by ourselves, but we put that inside of you. But you want to say, man, it don't make no goddamn sense, man. Women ain't got no responsibility in this shit. But this is what you're gonna get from man haters, and yeah, 2 man haters.
To convince the world that he's actually not creating more homes than he can be in. He's actually able to cater to these children, because that's really the only way he would be able to set himself apart. Nick Cannon is a wealthy man. So therefore, one of the biggest barriers and excuses that they use has already been removed. Number 2, the vast majority of Nick Cannon's children's mothers are not Black women. So how likely is it that Nick Cannon's excuse could be that these non-Black women are keeping him away from his children? They already.
Y'all heard, see, that's something to get me. Majority of Nick Cannon's baby mamas ain't Black. That means some of them are. But just because he got, man, lady, what is the problem? Well, I know what the problem is. She hate Black men. She laid up with a Pookie. And because Cynthia G's story is pretty much she was a very big advocate of Black rights and fighting against the white man. She laid up with a Pookie that everybody was letting her know he a Pookie. You already had mamas. You laid up with him. Clearly didn't work out with y'all two. You had a baby from this dude, and now you just hate Black men. Like, I'm like, come on, girl. Your villain arc is so trash. They wouldn't even put that shit in a fucking movie, man. Like, look, come on, you need to come with some better sauce than that. But let's see. I don't know why I got that on here. Let's see. You got Potato up in the building. He said, I have to get it. I give it to Cynthia G for staying consistent and not giving up on her obvious love for black men. If she really hated black men, she would have been on posting about her and her white man being happy. It's a good one right there. And y'all, if y'all see the internet going in and out, man, it is what it is. I call my people. They on that whole shit. Let's see.
Already said that they don't do that. Non-black women don't keep them away from their children. Nick Cannon can't use the welfare or the system argument because he's a rich man. So there's not really many excuses that Nick Cannon can use. And I think that's why he's sitting up here saying this, because at the end of the day, you are creating broken homes. You are an absentee father, but you have absolutely no reason to be.
Not only that, but to underscore your point about not being able to provide, Iyanla had an answer for that. And you were probably annoyed because I keep bringing up that interview. But Iyanla said, that a man cannot provide financially does not mean he's not a father, and he should be seen as the man and a father in the child's life, and no one should prevent him from being in the child's life even if he can't provide. Now, I'm not saying you should not let that man be emotionally there, but that man should be able to provide. What do you mean? Reese, thank you so much for being here and becoming a member. So Iyanla has answers for all the questions. You might not like them, but Iyanla answers. And he blames women for keeping men away from their children. She blames women for keeping men away from their children.
Of course, but I'm sure what Iyanla is saying is nothing new. We probably heard it millions of times from other Black women, because this is a narrative that Black men have consistently put out, and now Black women have picked it up and they run with it too. Because in the past, you never heard Black women saying, well, you have these bitter women who are mad that the man moved on from a relationship. Mind you, these men are out here stalking and killing women for breaking up with them. So I think it's quite clear that it's the men who really can't deal with the end of a relationship that's been projected onto women, and most specifically Black women. So they're being fed that Black women are doing it out of bitterness. So now Black women are saying Black women are doing it out of bitterness, when in reality, these males are walking away before the baby even leaves your womb.
Yep.
Mama need her.
Oh. Like, see, and that's the problem that we had. We had this stereotype that's still persisting still to this day. Majority of these men are not trying to not be in it. Like, they're trying to be in their kids' lives. I'm not gonna act like there's not men out here that are just shitty ass dudes and don't give a fuck about their kids. But majority of dudes are trying to be in their kids' lives. Y'all can keep pushing back on that fucking narrative till the cows come home. That ain't gonna make it true. The problem is that we have so many people that gravitate to this talking point. These are usually women that ran their dude off, made their life very hard to be in their kid's life, held that kid as hostage, but they want to come over here to hear somebody else say, it's not you. You're not the problem. It's that motherfucker that you laid up with. And that's how they get these people to come over here and watch this shit. No, we need to live in reality. We have data to show this shit. We have the data. We have the information. We just can't keep going off of talking points because we want to make somebody else feel better while demonizing another person in the process. That's not the case. That's not the case. Now, if you one of them ladies that had a dude that didn't want to be, that just ran off on you, I'm sorry, you're the exception. You are not the rule. You are not. And women need to stop trying to put their pain on the other people to make other women believe it. I know women that had this mindset that ain't even got kids yet. Like, straight up, I knew a girl. We actually covered a girl, y'all, that literally had a negative mindset about dating Black men. Talking about they do this, they do that, and never dated a Black man in her life. 20-some years old, never dated a Black man, but got all these things to say about Black men. Like, what? You never even been in a relationship with a dude. So how would you know how he is in a relationship? And it's because other women pass that shit on to each other. We got to get away from that shit, man. That ain't it, man.
Her man, daddy gonna do his thing. I'll be back. When those mentalities are presented to a child,
that's a different mentality.
That's where abandonment issues surface, and where a child feels like I'm not good enough in that sense because they made decisions for themselves before they made decisions for me. And children pick up on that at a very early age. So I much rather say, it ain't about your mama right now. I'm rocking with you, and say that to my child as much as possible, even if that hurts mama's feelings. To me, at least, because I know that child is going to grow up with a certain level of self-worth that they didn't feel like Daddy put work before me. Daddy put women before me. Daddy put whatever before me. If I can instill anything into my own children, is that you are my number one priority. Even all that I do is for you.
Yay. Now you're about to tell our umpteen children that all of them are your number one priority when they have conflicting schedules and events. I think they're gonna know who is your priority based on whose event you show up to, because they're not in the same household. And I'm pretty sure it's the Mariah Carey's children, Marak and Maronro or whatever.
It sounds to me like he's just going to lie to his children like he lies to the women in order for them to become the mothers of his children. That's just what it sounds like to me.
Yep.
Every dollar that I make.
Let me ask this question. How many of y'all think Nick Cannon got to lie to a woman to have a baby with him? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that Nick Cannon got to lie to a woman to have a baby with her. I'll put a 2 in the chat if you think that's just straight bullshit. Nick Cannon is rich. These women see this man on Wild 'N Out. They see him on all these different shows. They want to fuck with him. They remember when he made them trash-ass albums? They like them songs. I didn't. I ain't think it was good. Nick Cannon ain't a good artist, in my opinion. But that boy made a lot of money. He made a lot of money. You think these women are lining up just because he's lying to them? No, they lining up because they trying to get a piece of that bread, man. I know more women that are willing to have a kid with a motherfucker than get married to a motherfucker. I don't think these women are going into these situations trying to get married to Nick Cannon. I think they're trying to get a check. He ain't got a lot of these motherfuckers about shit. They know what the fuck it is regardless. In the back of their head, they know it. They just got plausible deniability because they're a woman and they can lie. They can be like, I didn't know he's going to do this to me. Bitch, you knew exactly what the fuck it was. You just want to play stupid because you know the world going to forgive you for you making dumb decisions like that. Nick Cannon ain't got to lie to nobody. Fuck she talking about he lied to you. What he got to lie for? Ain't hit him with that Chris Brown shit, bitch. If y'all ain't sucking and fucking, y'all need to get out right now. Guess what? Ain't nobody leaving the room.
Is going to you. So again, I'm pretty sure people in the comments going to debate and have different things. We all have different experiences, but every time I see an adult put their happiness.
So you're describing more of an adult saying, I'm going to do me at the expense of you.
Even in a marriage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even in a marriage, but we're not talking about the level of I'm going to do me at the expense of your needs. I'm going to do me for my pleasures at the expense of that. Because we do that as humans. But a healthy family dynamic takes balance. And it's very unhealthy for a child to feel like they are number one above authority. Because what happens is they grow up to then disrespect authority, which we entitled, and they grow up with this narcissistic type of personality, even if they're not that good with it. And then you have
spoiled brats.
And then you have these kids who don't respect when law enforcement pulls them over. We have an issue. They're going to school and these teachers can't even get them to sit still enough because they're so used to being number one and things going away. No. Listen, the first place a child should get their feelings hurt by hearing no, or the first place a child should see that you are not always number one is circumstantial, should be at home. Because life is going to teach you that you are not always going to be the butter cake of everybody's dessert.
Most black men place themselves first. Most black women place men before their kids, and we see the result of that in the black community. My men. Agreed.
Sorry. But what I'm saying, then what that does is that creates that emptiness that I'm going to poke at you again, the emptiness and that sense of inadequacy within you because you were groomed in a certain way that life can't maintain. And so what happens is you're number one and you're the golden child and all these things. It happens with athletes. Then you go into the real world after you retire and everything shatters. Now you got depression, you're suicidal ideation,
but they
you have
still
anxiety.
Accomplish things that most people will never accomplish and experience great experience because we told them how great they were from the beginning. We instilled in them that we're going to support you all the way along your ride so you can not only reach the levels that you want so you can reach back and get the rest of the family.
We will support you along your ride. That does not mean that kid doesn't understand balance, that there's a thing called boundaries that our community doesn't seem to have, probably because of that dynamic. The boundary goes, baby, we've been at your football game, your soccer game, your ballerina game, daddy all day. It's not.
Can we pause for the cause? I'm so glad that she pointed out the fact that there are no boundaries in this community, absolutely none. And I actually wish she would have expounded on that because one of the reasons why black women act the way that we do and we choose based on how we choose, which is basically we just choose them based on their blackness, is because they're not taught standards, expectations, and boundaries. And also something that she's going to
pause right there, Cynthia. You're saying that black women are not taught how to pick the right man. Who is the first teacher of the children? Let that dwell for a second. Who is the first teacher of the children? If these children, these girls, are growing up and not knowing how to pick the right man, or at least how to distinguish between good guys and bad guys, who does that fall on? If y'all don't know who the first teachers of the children are, it's the women, it's the mothers. Mothers are the first teachers of children. So if these kids don't know, that falls on you as women. Take that L. Hold it. Let's keep going.
To say when she gets into really checking this dude, when she talks about who he's attracting, the only type of women he would attract women who have loose to no boundaries in order for him to be able to operate the way that he's operating. But I'll leave it there because I don't want to mention stuff that you haven't already watched.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Cam Newton part, and we don't have to expound on this yet, but the idea of low functioning, I just love that has entered the conversation. Like I
Yeah, it's an educated way of saying that you got a throwback, which is essentially that is all black men get when they go outside of the community. And the throwback isn't necessarily based on their looks, although we know aesthetically the women that black men typically get are not pleasing. But in Nick Cannon's situation, he has money, so he can attract a higher caliber of women in terms of looks. But they are going to be low vibrational and low functioning women. They are still going to be in that throwback category. They would have to be to knowingly be in a situation that they're in with Nick Cannon. And each woman knew this situation before she got into it with Nick Cannon. So they are low functioning.
All right, hold up, y'all. We got to make sure we understand this because she is for the sisters. She is for the women. Women first for anything. Just so y'all know, if a black man gets with you, whether you're a white woman, Indian, Asian, or whatever the fuck, you're a throwback. Just so y'all know, Cynthia just told y'all. For all y'all women, Asian, Indian, African, whatever the fuck race you is that ain't black, just so you know, if you get with a black man, Cynthia telling you right now to your face, you a throwback. Dumpster trash. Like your own people didn't want you. Your own people didn't want you. You're a throwback. I wonder what she thinks people of other races say about the black women that try to come and run the other people's races. I'm pretty sure some people over there have that same mindset. Let's keep going.
You can comment on the women there, but I was speaking about the men.
I think they're both. Like she's the way she's gonna frame it for him, she's saying both of them are low functioning, and he's attracting low functioning women because he himself is a low functioning man.
And you can address the women. I'm addressing the men in that when she said, I think a lot of men feels empowered in their quote unquote high value in that they can bring in a lot of money. And so when she separates that from functioning and how you show up, I truly appreciated that because it's a checkmate to all of these men in like pop, I'm gonna call it culture, where they have a lot of money, whether that be in entertainment or sports, but they run amok, right? They have the same kind of tendency as everyone else, apparently. And so I do appreciate all for analysis of behavior as opposed to only looking at bank account. So I did appreciate that.
Downtime. There's a boundary where it's time where this is our time, and you're teaching your child to grow up and not be a narcissist. Then needs his woman or her man to put them first over everything, which is a fairy tale and unrealistic. You're teaching them the balance between we are a family dynamic. There's times that daddy's going to come first, there's times that mama's going to come first, and there's times that you come first. But what we do is we teach that so that it becomes more of a wholesome type of feel, not me, 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 me. And the moment you don't get me, 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 you flee because you can't sit in your emotions of hearing no, because you got to control things to keep things the way you need it, which is called codependency. So what you describe is then creating a codependent child that says, if I'm not the center, guess what? Fuck all this because I'm not the center.
It got to be the center. It got to be.
All right. There are two times when you break personal boundaries, a bunch of times, but two main types for this conversation. When you're flirting.
Before this dude try to go into his little whatever the fuck, are y'all sitting on here trying to argue against what that woman's saying? Because I'm actually agreeing with her. I'm actually agreeing with the woman that's on the screen having a conversation with Nick Cannon. There needs to be boundaries. There needs to be balance. Your kid should not be the number one thing in the world. Yeah, you should care about your kid and take care of your kid. Who would tell a parent not to do that? But to make your child the center of the world or the universe or whatever, that's going to raise it. You're going to raise a bad kid. You're going to raise a narcissist. You're going to raise a kid that doesn't know nothing about authority, doesn't know about disappointment. All those things kids need to know growing up, because when they get into the real world, what are you talking about? You're going to set your kid up for fucking failure. We got a lot of people walking around right now that were raised to never be taught, never heard the word no. Those people are demons out here. Like, man, he's some other time, man. Like, what are you talking about? I agree with the lady. Like, Nick, I think Nick just saying stupid shit. But his situation is a little bit different. So I guess he wants to try to make it seem like the kids are the number one thing in this world. But I'm like, dude, you got so many. What you got, like 11 kids? Shit like that? Like, bro, you can't. I can see why you're trying to do it, because you ain't around them enough. You ain't around them enough, I guess. But I don't know. It sounds like they disagreeing with what the lady saying. I think she's spot on. I think she's speaking that real shit. But either way, though, neither here nor there.
Or when you're comfortable in dominating the conversation. And the fact that she just break the wall of separation between them, she's ready. She's not afraid of him. She's not intimidated by him, and she's willing to say whatever she needs to say and how she feels in the moment. I like that. I do like that. Don't touch me.
Yeah, no, she's making it known she came here to check him. Like, to me, her demeanor with Nick Cannon is the same as Tasha K's energy when she was talking to Rose, where in a sense to where you can tell she came to check and confront rather than to have a dialogue with. And I think this doctor here, she came with the specific intent of accountability. I'm going to hold up a mirror to you and show you your problematic behavior. I think that was clearly her intent when she came.
Yeah. Unqualified functioning woman, #choice, period. Thank you, Ultimate Enigma.
Either understand that in the
Nick,
dynamic.
Kids create. We grow up to, if we don't do the work, right, and get a sense of self, we grow up to create the exact environment we learn to thrive or survive in, period. That's all we know. We can't create past what we know. That's why experience teaches, words don't. So if our child or my child or your beautiful kids are always at the center of you, and she grows up and gets a man who cannot, he's a great man, but she can't be the center, because what if he got kids like you and them kids are the center?
She need to pick better.
That is good. She may have to pick better. but just say she has someone who can't give her that same treatment.
Wait a minute, hold on. Not Mr. Decepticon, literally self-admitted Mr. Decepticon talking about somebody need to choose better. Now, how is she gonna choose better if you done strategically put on a mask? How?
That you have admitted to putting on.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of why Nick Cannon is a perfect example of why we should take it easier on the whole vetting conversation is he comes off, without Nick Cannon coming out and telling us about his personal life and us seeing all the baby mamas and whatever, you would not know. You are not about to tell me that you could look at Nick Cannon and the way that he presents and know of how degenerate his engagement is and creates broken homes. You would not be able to tell.
What? So you don't see all them kids from all them different women. You don't see that. Before he even opened his mouth, you don't see that. They act like Nick Cannon is just a regular Joe Blow walking down the street, and these women just don't know nothing about Nick Cannon. They know Nick Cannon. They know what Nick Cannon got. And the number one thing that they care about is his money. Like, don't sit here. Like, I swear, they trying to act like women are just so dumb and naive. They're not. They're not. You're not going to the way he presents himself. You can see that he got a whole bunch of kids by a whole bunch of different things. What make you think he's going to marry you? Like, what are you talking about? I guess I'm dumb. I guess I'm dumb and slow. I don't get it.
Tell only from my perspective, but he tells you in, I saw a clip where maybe it was with her, where he's like, oh, I'll just change to whatever she wants. So like I can get whoever I want, like by just changing into whatever they want until I get what I want. So yeah, I do think the vetting conversation is front and center here.
Yeah, well, the reality is Nick Cannon just let it be known that he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And that's what a lot of Black men present to Black women, because he's going to literally lay out how exactly he's able to deceive these women so much. Like the fact that he's this honest about the fact that essentially he got a lie to kick it is surprising to me. But I do really think we're in an era where Black men are being the most honest than they've ever been. Like, because before they were able to, they would engage in this manipulation, this manipulative behavior and actually lie. But now they're coming right out and saying, look, I don't want to take care of no kids. Look, you're unreasonable for thinking that I should have to provide for a kid after the relationship ends. Look, I'll pretend to be whatever man she wants me to be, as long as I get what I want. Like, they're being extremely honest in this era. And I think sadly, Black women are just not listening.
See, that narrative right there, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Look at this stat right here. Side of the CDC, y'all. Hey, I'm over here. Front of the CDC, y'all. Black men and women ages 15 to 49 who had a biological child. 61% of Black women between those ages have a child. 46% of Black men do. So who do you think out here fucking more? Is it the men or the women? 46% of Black men have a child between those ages. 61% of women between those ages have kids. So that means these women are out here having sex. They're having sex. And they're having sex by the same fucking dudes. Because otherwise the number for men would be higher. If it was a 1-to-1 ratio, every woman that got pregnant every woman that got pregnant also a Black man that got a woman pregnant. And it was 1-to-1. Only them two had a baby together. The number would be the same. It would be 61 to 61. But it's not. The women's is higher. That means these women are fucking the same dudes. But they don't want to act like that. They're trying to make it seem like all these black men are out here impregnating these women on some deviant time. First off, we don't know how true that is, that you think these dudes are on deviant time, but it damn sure ain't all black men. It's not even half of black men. It's not even half. But that argument could definitely be used on women. You out here being a sexual deviant. You just having babies left and right. Yeah, majority of women are doing that. Majority of black women are doing that. Stop the cap. Like, what do you... This narrative is just... It's played out, y'all. It's played out. It got too old. The numbers disprove that shit every fucking time, but that does not stop them from saying it. And that's the problem. It's kind of like politics, man. They just be telling a lie over and over and over again.
Okay.
Or should I say aware about what norms am I creating for my kids? And I'm saying, because listen, I'm a product of what you're saying. I was the golden child. I was the child that came first. But I had to work through a lot of BS.
But we all do. We all have challenges. We all come with some shit. And that's why even right now, we're discussing a very small percentage of people, because if we keep it in a stack, we all done been through some shit.
Oh yeah, all of us. Yeah.
And it only makes us stronger in that sense, to where when we know how to handle something, and adversity builds character in that sense.
That's what I...
This is personal. No one has to agree with it. I despise the idea that adversity makes us stronger. A lot of us becomes maladapted, and a lot of us don't even know about our own maladaption. I do recognize that going through hardship can lead to growth, but it doesn't always make us stronger for whatever we went through. Sometimes it breaks us. Sometimes it causes problems that show up all over our life. So I just wanted to... It's a personal thing.
Yeah. I bet it is personal. Toughen up, little boy.
Philosophy.
Yeah, no, I agree with it. And I think it stems from this struggle pathology that Black people have, where they think that their character is somebody in an adverse situation. Yeah, that's the way you build trauma too. The way you build trauma is to place people in constant and consistent adversity. So you can be rolling the dice and think you're about to place them in something that's going to build their character, and you will build a character. But what type of character are you going to be building? Probably one that's much like Nick Cannon and his antisocial personality. You can create this pathology that Nick Cannon has. You can create this by adversity too.
Yeah. Yeah. When I pray, I'm like, I am not one of the strong ones. I'm not the strong soldier. Do not give me, do not give me, put me through personal hell for growth. I'm good. I don't want.
I was going to say it's more important for kids to see the dynamic, whether it's together or not, process through things that may be uncomfortable for them as well, and get to a resolve collectively than it is for them to be blinded with the fairy tale perspective or perception that's going to form that I'm always number one or I'm usually number one. And so that's kind of how life is going to life with.
Hey V, how are you? Sending hugs. Love your, well, I probably shouldn't put that Insta. Love your Insta.
Me, because that kid won't know how to process the reality of what life does. Even when you reach the pinnacle of life and you titles and success and all that, look, that uphill climb is a mug, boy, and that uphill climb will show you what you came from or what you built, and also show you what environment. I came from a very environment, so that's why I was able to catapult, because I didn't know where I was running to. I knew I was running from, though. So I put them track shoes on. They're still on. You may see heels today, but them track shoes are never unlaced because I'm still running from something, right? And I just happened to run into a lot of amazing opportunities and things and people and blessings and work and healing. I got blessed to run into that by default and by choice. But if a child,
it's called God's favor,
baby. But we have to be very, very, very aware. From being in my field, of the norm we're creating for our babies, and of course it's better to be involved and cause whatever chaos you're going to cause than have children have daddy issues or mommy issues, meaning you're just not there at all.
Oh, no, disagree. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely. She said it is better to have dysfunctional parents there than have daddy issues with the absence or mommy issues with the absence. Absolutely not.
I think a lot of Black people believe this. And I think this is why they say, well, just get married because you will have a father there, or the fathers need to be there. No, sometimes the fathers don't need to be there. Sometimes being there is a big issue than his absence. Sometimes him not being there is the solution to the problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you have an abusive father or an addict for a father, it's not better for that person to be around your kids. It's better for them to be gone.
Yeah. I'm going to go back so a little bit. So
y'all see what they just did right there? Y'all see that? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the exception of the rule. We're going to go to the exception to the rule and act like that's the norm, that's the majority, that's the average. That's not the case. I think most people would all agree. I think majority of people would agree. Like, if you have a dysfunctional, like, you got a father that's abusive, he shouldn't be around. If you have a mother that's abusive, they shouldn't be around. They need to go get their shit fixed, and then they can come back. But she's acting like that's majority of Black men. That's not the case. I'm be honest with you. Majority of y'all chicks are on meds. Y'all need to be on meds if y'all not on them. Y'all ain't mentally there. And we got the data to show who will harm kids, who is more likely to harm kids. We know this. We know this. Look at this. The numbers are here. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers, y'all. Why are we sitting here like we're trying to put that off on men? They keep trying to skate. We got the numbers for this shit. Stop the fucking cap. A kid is more likely to be harmed by their fucking mother, not their father. But you keep saying it's the men, it's the men, it's the men. Stop. And I swear, I see too many of my sisters soaking this shit up. They believe these lies. They believe them. The United States government does a really good job of trying to keep track of all the people in this country and what we do. They want to know what you're doing. When you don't know, they know what you're doing. They track that shit. They track who's harming these kids. They track who's cheating. They track who's doing this and who's doing that. But to keep perpetuating the lie, man, you got to be an evil type of motherfucker to perpetuate that lie over and over and over again just because I don't even know why you're doing it. You just hate somebody. Like, fuck. Talking about self-hate. Damn.
I'm clear that I didn't misunderstand her because no. They will want marriage soon. Melania Trump, period. They're going to want, when women start really out earning. Anyway, yes, we use it as an excuse as for abusing our children, talking about adversity. They have the adversity, and that doesn't include broken home. Yeah. Thank you, Frito B. I appreciate that, and I agree. That's why people are like, oh, have kids in this situation because they will grow from it. No, don't have me in no foolishness talking about I'm gonna grow from it. No, thank you.
I was running from though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I put them track shoes on. They're still on. You may see heels today, but them track shoes are never unlaced because I'm still running from something, right? And I just happen to run into a lot of amazing opportunities and things and people and blessings and work and healing. I got blessed to run into that by default and by choice. But if a child,
It's called God's favor.
God's favor, baby. But we have to be very, very, very aware. From being in my field of the norm we're creating for our babies, and of course it's better to be involved and cause whatever chaos you're going to cause than have children have daddy issues or mommy issues, meaning you're just not there at all.
But I think you're going to have both.
Yeah, you're going to have both.
We all got daddy issues.
I didn't misunderstand. I disagree with her, but we move on.
But there's different levels to it, though, Nick. There's different levels to it.
But at the end of the day, because I'm not a fan of Freud's perspective, is that it all comes from some reverting back to your childhood and some, because we need to stop making those excuses and blaming mama and daddy
100%.
for who we are.
100%.
You can blame mama and daddy for the cause, but you can't blame them for the effect.
There you go. Or your choices later on once you become an adult.
Once you understand, like, yo, I went through some shit, but now I'm gonna.
But that's why mental health therapy, coaching, psychologists, seeing into it. I go to one myself as a doctor. Everyone needs to be in it because it's not about us as a professional telling you your choices were.
Let me tell you how seriously problematic this is. He does not want to be blamed for the result of his actions. And I do agree with him generally that at a certain point, when you're a grown person, you don't get to blame your mother and father for your decisions. Now, are you capable of making different decisions based on whatever trauma you went through? If no, then your mom and dad is a problem. Like, it is what it is. But I do find it problematic when you intentionally go around being careless, creating a bunch of broken homes and maybe causing a ton of issues in the children to preemptively be removing liability, right, accountability from your doorstep to say, when they grow up, I ain't got nothing to do with it. No, you created the environment for them where now if they're trash, they become trash. However, I don't fully disagree with him. I just don't like the preemptive removal of accountability on his part.
So here's my thing. The reality is this, that whenever he is true, but it doesn't apply to the Black community, because whenever you mention anything that Black men do, they're going to run right towards, oh, well, who raised them? When, yeah, you can try to act like these Black men, they're running around mimicking their mother's behavior, but in reality, they're not. They're mimicking their father. If they are being an absentee father, they are mimicking the behavior of their damn daddy. But that's never discussed when it comes to these bandits. It's always, oh, well, who raised them? I don't care who raised a grown ass adult. The bottom line is Black men know that there's a problem with their behavior. And if they don't know because the Black community called it out, they know because the white community have never stopped calling it out. So regardless to what your parents teach you, you still know what's appropriate behavior to engage in, and Black men choose to engage in behavior that they know is destructive and chaotic.
Yeah, no, I think true. That's the second part where.
Quick question. Who are they participating in that bad behavior with? Gotcha, bitch. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, these Black men just keep doing this crazy shit. Y'all doing it with them. Dummy. And it's more y'all doing it than it is Black men doing it. So why is this era, why is this gun, why is this bullseye so locked on to Black men when Black women are doing it more than Black men, and Black men can only do it if Black women participate with them? But all your smoke is for the motherfuckers who are doing it the least. Majority of y'all got kids, majority of us don't. Bitch, that mean you doing it more. You doing it more, and you doing it with a motherfucker that you already know did it before. Stupid. Like, you talking about skirting responsibility, man, like a motherfucker. And she want to call people bandits. Bitch, you a baby mama. You a baby mama. And it's your fault. Stupid hoe. Fuck wrong with you? You up here with a gay ass dude trying to damn co-sign this shit. He's saying that shit so these women leave the men alone so he can try to get one of them. I don't understand this goddamn goofy looking motherfucker. Listen, let me be quiet if I get mad.
I'm like, I agree that adults should take responsibility, and they will. Like, we are not going to just go back and blame the parents generally. But I do think creating broken homes, not showing up for your children, not caring for your children, abusing your children does create the kinds of maladaptation that could lead to further destructive behaviors in the child when they are grown. So I don't like it. I don't like when people who are tasked with taking care of children, Nick Cannon here, again, decide they are not responsible for product, the child being a product, but the adult, the child, when you intentionally created broken homes. You know what I mean? You won't be blamed, but because the person is an adult, but you have contributed to the issues in the community. But I do agree with you, so I'm not pushing back. Cam and Nick are habitual fornicators and baby mama makers, but always want to throw God into the conversation. I'm not even religious,
that
but
nigga
annoyed by
gay.
mentioning
That nigga
God
gay.
when it's convenient for them. Mistress Monica, I think Sin would agree with this in that, like, this is kind of what happens in the church. Unfortunately, I have no defense for this. It does make me feel bad, but I don't walk away from it anymore because I'm like, yeah, this is degenerate, and I'm going to call it Christian culture too, because they're covered within Christianity, and they're not being dragged. So I do agree with you fully, but I also recognize that this is an L Christians have to take.
But Nick Cannon is a Christian. He's the Christian remix, right? Which
Yeah.
is the Hebrew Israelite. I thought he was.
Yeah, he is something, girl. He definitely Hotep.
Right or wrong. It's about us helping you figure out the root of that choosing and the norm that you're in, and just drawing out a plan that works for where you want to be. Because a lot of people are still in the environment that they don't want to be in because that's the childhood environment they've taken with them, and they keep recreating the same pathology, and they're going crazy in that. There's lack in that because the evolution hasn't taken place. And it's not because they don't want to evolve, Nick. It's because they don't have the effective tool to do so. People who come in my mission are not there saying, I always just wanted to be messed up. I don't want to evolve. No, they're saying, like, had I known this, Doc, 5 years ago, I swear to God, I would have moved on it. Had I had this tool, I would have moved quicker. Had I knew this is what evolution looked like, I would have jumped a long time ago. Had I known I jumped out of a life jacket, but I felt safe, I would have been a professional jumper. Right. But people just need to know, how do I do it? And one thing we all is that we're going to be okay when we do. Everybody just wants to be okay in whatever they're doing and wherever they go. Will I be okay? Right. Well, like, whether you there or you not, Doc, will I be okay? Right. And they're only able to be okay when you teach people a sense of self, meaning who are you? How do you govern you? How do you manage, which is a better word for control, manage who you are? And how do you produce the experience you want? Because you don't create my experience. I do. I already came here with the experience I want. Right. You can't create that for me. You already came here with the experience you want. That's the self-mastery of knowing how to create that. And when you have that type of knowledge, you'll never be perfect, but you can somewhat try to create a norm for your child. But once they become adults like you and I did, they go and do what they're going to do anyways. So at that point, you've done what you can do. And if you're not in more of a polyamorous relationship like you are, and you're more monogamous one-on-one, you're hoping that you put your partner first enough to where y'all still have a damn relationship, and you guys can continue to lead by example to your grown children.
Why are we referring to behavior that Nick Cannon and Cam Newton engaging in as polyamorous? That's not what they're doing. This is plantation bug behavior. There is a structure to polyamorous and polygamous relationships. They don't follow the structure. Going around wantonly creating children with random women who don't live with you and keeping them in separate households, that's not polygamy or polyamory. These are community dick promiscuous black men running around creating tribes of confused biracials who ain't gonna even identify as black.
Here.
Yeah, see, this shit crazy. I'm gonna read Potato's comment. Potato said they go to Chris Brown and sign up to be a baby mama. That was their choice. I thought women can make their own choices and not be judged for it, Cynthia. Thank you. They talking about these dudes being sexually irresponsible. Who they doing it with? Once again, who are they doing it with? Who's allowing them to be sexually irresponsible? The women that are being sexually irresponsible also. But you ain't got no smoke for what a woman is allowing in between her legs. You got to smoke for a man for putting something in between her legs. Like, how the fuck do you blame the motherfucker? I just don't understand this. You have the ultimate say-so who gets sex and who doesn't get sex, but you're not blaming yourself. You're going to blame the person that has to he has to peacock and put on a show to get some pussy. You're going to blame him for you being in this situation, not yourself for allowing that. They wonder why Kevin used to always say accountability for these bitches is like kryptonite. And then you run to get a gay motherfucker that y'all make fun of and criticize. Y'all call other straight men gay as an insult. You got this motherfucker over here to help you out. And yes, y'all, he is gay. Diamond's gayer than a motherfucker. Gay as a fucking whistle. Blow it. Let's keep going.
Be out. They are reincarnated kings.
Yeah, no, there's nothing king-ish about what these. This is nothing as bitch peasant behavior. I don't see king nowhere near this behavior, but I get what you mean. We got to give them their king title, right?
Iyanla said Iyanla told me we were reincarnated kings, so Cam and Nick are illiterate of the future. They are.
Relationship looks like, and it's not perfection. Another thing is this whole toxicity and dysfunctional thing, and I'm leaving this person because they're toxic. You're gonna be alone. Not you, I'm saying people. You're gonna be by your damn self, because let me explain something to you. If you get someone who's not toxic, it's because they're not human. In every relationship,
that's what I was saying in our first session.
Yes, every relationship has some level of healthy dysfunction and some level of healthy toxicity. There's no way for you and I to cleave together without doing some of this bumping. Right. It's not gonna work like that. So we have to be okay with doing this. But the only recipe to a long-term successful relationship is to never leave. The way you can get 30 years to never leave, because we're gonna go through some things, and there's gonna be a lot of things that I say. This is it. This is the non-negotiable, right? But if I really to be in it,
this is normal. They do it at odd.
Ever. Like from the beginning, before I meet a man, I'm saying when I commit, I'm just doing this forever. That means I'm signing up and forgiving you before you do any of the bullshit you may come with. And that's challenging, but that's what real commitment is. Commitment is I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, no matter how I feel. That goes back to what? Emotional intelligence.
Right.
Emotional intelligence is a nucleus to any healthy relationship. If I'm committing to you and you piss me off, I've committed to stay. So where am I going? Where am I going? Doesn't mean I can't take a break. Doesn't mean I can't take a pivot. I can't go to brunch. I can't meditate. Can I take a woo-saw? But that means I'm not leaving you. And as an abandoned woman, thank God I've evolved into a place of deeper than just not leaving you, meaning leaving the relationship, but I've also had to learn to not leave you in this emotion of distraught, because leaving you while you're in your emotion is the pit of abandonment. That's worse than out and returning. I should be able to sit in this with you, upset or not upset, until our emotions do what we're going to do and we get back to baseline. Right. Because that is the epitome of deliverance. That's the epitome of commitment. Abandonment is.
Yeah, this is toxic. Actually, check me. Maybe I need to be checked.
No, it is toxic. Because you shouldn't be sitting here staying forever. That right there is codependent. Like if you're staying in a relationship, regardless to how toxic and dysfunctional it is, that is coming from a place of codependency.
All right. Got it. Good. Because the idea that like we need to sit together in our negative emotions until we are both out of it is absolutely diabolical to me. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I love the way they try to spin something that she did not say. We're all codependent. Nobody on this earth is independent. Nobody. We all need somebody else to do something so we can do what we do. You want to eat? I don't know how many of y'all out here hunting. Oh, you hunting? Oh, where your bows at? You making them yourself? You finding your own rocks? What tools did you get? Where do you get them tools from that you made all your bows and your arrows out of? Oh, somebody else made that. Somebody made all that shit, right? We're all codependent. The problem is that y'all don't give a fuck about vows. That's why neither one of y'all motherfuckers are married. In sickness and health, richer for poor, better for worse. You're going to go through hard times in life. Regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not, do you just quit or do you move on beyond it and keep going? Y'all are telling people to quit. That's why we have so many goddamn divorces nowadays. You're saying, oh, if something didn't go your way, you're not feeling a certain type of way, like your feelings don't pass, just leave that relationship. Just break that shit up. Grab the kid and run. No, she's telling you need to. That's how families are sustained over time, over generations. You got to be the example. You're going to have hard times in your relationship, especially if you're married. You're going to go through shit. It's life. You work through the shit. Y'all trying to make it seem like it's just evil shit going on. Like look, man, majority of relationships that end, mainly marriages, what they filed for when they filed the divorce decree, irreconcilable differences. Can't even tell you what the fuck wrong with the relationship. Because if a man was cheating, no women say he was beating on. Women say he was beating on. Women are irreconcilable differences. They feel some type of way right now, so they do something stupid, and y'all are encouraging it. No, you work through your problems, especially if you got kids involved. What the fuck? You made a promise to God, and you're just gonna say fuck it, but you so Christian, you so holy. No, you're not. Keep going.
I am not doing that. I don't have that kind of capacity. I am so sorry. I don't think your emotion is I'm not saying it's not my problem, but I think that you are in control of your emotion and I can help you as much as I can. But I'm not going to, if I'm upset, I am removing myself from the situation until I'm able to communicate. No.
You know what? I can't deal with my emotions, so screw yours, I'm out of here. And when I feel I'm okay and I regulate it, because I don't know how to do it, I'll come back. But it's still an emotional roller coaster, and abandonment is an emotional roller coaster. What I need you to do is sit with me in this until if it take a day or 2 weeks or 5 hours, don't leave me in my pain. Even
maybe I'm misunderstanding her, because if my partner is in distress, I'm going to be there for them. If we're both upset, there needs to be some distancing. Yeah, I disagree here. So
I do too. I feel like sometimes, no matter what career a Black woman is in, and no matter how educated she becomes, because the dynamic between Black men and Black women have been so toxic for so long, it looks normal. It is normally a therapist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a counselor, or whatever. They're going to encourage you to separate from toxic relationships. They're going to tell you to separate and do the exact opposite of what she's telling you, because you don't build longevity by staying in toxic relationships and sacrificing yourself and your mental health. You need to leave. Don't do what she's telling you to do. Leave. If your relationship is going in toxic cycles, leave it. Staying is wrong.
Sorry. In the instance where someone is in emotional pain, I think it is your responsibility, if you're with that person, to try to be there for them. I believe that. But if she's saying, it feels like very toxic codependent ideas. Like, it does feel like toxic codependency for me. Like I can't.
It is. That's exactly what it is. Because there's a lot of women who will sit up here and talk about how lasting marriages were, not understanding that what she said is true. The only way for a marriage to last is if you stay, no matter what they do. And I would discourage you from doing that, because you're not going to get a person to stop doing whatever they're doing. You're agreeing to whatever problematic behavior they're engaging in by staying. So all you're doing is reinforcing the bad behavior.
Yeah. And her language, where you're abandoning me, is very triggering for me. So, oh, you're abandoning me. No, I'm giving you a moment to cool off. I'm downstairs. When your voice lowers, then we can talk, but I'm not going to go back and forth with you while you're shouting. Like, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to shout.
It sounds that she has, it sounds to me like she still has abandonment issues.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. It feels like you're abandoning me. It's abandonment issues.
Go to work. That's it. You know, baby, I gotta go to work. But when I get back, let's continue to process this.
But like you said, if it's an emotional intelligence scenario, at some point, if I've tried to reason with you and you're still irate,
right,
or you're still non-compromising, I got to let you sit in that and let you have that, and then hopefully on another occasion we can.
I think maybe this is what she meant actually, Coco, where like the woman is upset and the man goes to the other girlfriend's house. She's saying don't do that.
Find some resolve.
There you go. But you also have to, if it's someone you're already in a relationship with and say you have already grown and evolved into your emotional intelligence and they're just not there yet, then of course you kind of have to just wait it out, do a little deliverance, wait it out, do a little deliverance, do what's best for you. But when you are, say, a person who's single or dating, you're not already in something that has been chaotic and there's some division and you're trying to atone or get that stuff to be jailed back. As a single person, you're learned, because I've learned when I was very hostile and I'm coming with it. Like I said, we come with who we are. Don't nobody give us nothing. So when I was already ready to come with it, I met men who gave me the reason to come with it. Now that I'm in a place where I'm like, not that I'm not going there with you because I have to try. I'm just not built like that no more. Right. And I don't have the desire to do that. The men that I meet, and I'm dating, I'm single, but I'm dating, the men that I meet, they ain't perfect, but the conversation is more of a dialogue like this, Nick. I have literally yet, knock on wood, I don't want to, yelled or raised my voice at a man in the past 3 years I've been dating because of not the men, but because of what I'm calibrating. And because my approach to a man is not like, I wish you would. No, it's now like, listen, we can talk this out, you know what I mean? Or we don't have to, but I'm not going to do this with you. And I very much, I think you can tell by my personality, I very much stand on my square and I very much stand on business. I don't have to emasculate you for you to know I stand on business, because men have said, damn, you ain't no joke. By me saying, listen, do we want to have resolve right now? Yeah. Because I'm not about to do this with you. And you're seeing a man's whole everything. I'm shift like who the hell is she? Like, what just happened right now? Because like you said, they're not used to that.
I want to touch on that for a second because you bring up some great points, but even.
Hey, Finn, I saw that your thing is premiering, or not premiering, or you just posted your review of this. So
yeah, I just posted. No, because I still have stuff to say when it gets to that part.
All right,
it just hasn't got there yet.
Yeah. Can the moderators drop Sin's Patreon? She just posted a video on this over there, and we'll get to that part and continue. Look, I don't mind a woman with some ego, but I will know the ego somewhere. And I think the capacity she believes she has to change men, and the approach to her, I think that's an interesting take, but I'm going to let that go for now and continue. No, we haven't done Cam Newton yet. This is the introduction, and we're going to play the intro and then go into Cam Newton in a minute. Imagine talking to a therapist and she's she's taking accountability while you learning new techniques to continue on how to. Yeah, that's why I've been worried about these men going to therapy actually.
And specifically to the single women that are watching, and they see you as a strong example. They see the empowerment. They see, but. I mean, at the end of the day, what would be your advice or your insight to? I mean, because you are a single woman as well, and is the desire to get married eventually?
It is. I'm in my choosing. I said 4 or 5 months ago, I said, okay, God, I'm in my choosing stage. I'm not gonna call up another wedding because the commitment in me is different.
So and like you said, you had plans that did not go as.
Oh yeah, I called off 2 engagements and 2 weddings, and
2 separate times. So that's 4.
2 separate times.
Damn.
Yeah, 2 separate times.
All right, so you know what you want. You're gonna get what you want when you want it. What is your insight and advice to finding this husband out there?
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Like, lady, you just threw a big old monkey wrench in there, because I'm like, I've been with you for the whole time, but you were dating a guy, you were having sex with a guy, you were in a long-term relationship with a guy, to the point that a man proposed to you twice, and you ended that. You're part of the problem too. Why do you think you're gonna get enough options? Why do you think more men are gonna keep coming? Because you're cute? That shit's gonna run out eventually. Like, I don't know, but the gay guy about to say something again.
ED and bankruptcy equals sperminator, period. All right, this is it, I think. I think this is it.
I think it's to be completely open. I think it's to not be a stiff blade of grass. A stiff blade of grass, I say it in my book, Mental Detox, is a dying blade of grass. Meaning you have to not personalize life, but you have to live life. And you have to be okay with getting experiences without judging yourself based on what those experiences are. Whether the experience is a week or a month or a year and it doesn't work, you got to be able to give fully what you want to give and what you want to invest without feeling like you were robbed in the event it doesn't work. Because the feeling of robbery then dissipates you and your value and makes you question who you are and puts you in a doubtful space. And if we're talking about law of attraction, you can't attract high functioning from a place of low vibration. So you have to make sure that you understand that life is not doing nothing to you, it's doing it for you. It's meant to be lived and not personalized, and be okay with your experiences. And for the women who are of up in age, when I say up in age, you could be in your 30s and you're not married yet and you are in your career or you're trying to figure things out. Make your self-talk question not be, why am I not married yet? Let your self-talk question and dialogue be, I'm proud of myself that I didn't choose out of despair, that I allowed myself as a woman to choose on my terms, on my time, and when I felt like it. Because when you do it like that, then it's more apt to work. So take your time and do you, and don't personalize it, because you have a lot of people who already been married a few times. That could easily be you. But for the people who have been married a few times and do have kids and they're co-parenting, I would say that number one, too, get your emotional intelligence up. If you don't have a therapist and you can't afford it, read books on it. YouTube has free videos on emotional intelligence. And the best way to implement knowledge, because knowledge is not power, the implementation of knowledge is power, is to go out there and experience it. So for like myself, I had to date and get into conflict with men so that I can use my emotional intelligence tool. And I remember when I first started trying to use it, I'm like, damn, I totally messed that up. I blew that. Like I totally blew that, right? I didn't mean to emasculate him, but damn, I didn't mean to come off that straw. I blew that up. But now it's to the point where it's on autopilot. Yeah. And I know the dialogue and I know the level of relationship I want. And then too, don't knock yourself for showing up in ways that go against your ideology. Right. And be open to dating someone who is outside of your norm of what you think he should be, because what you think he should be is based on what you've already experienced. Yeah. And if what you experience is what you want, baby, go back. Yeah. But if not, be open. You find yourself overtaking a man.
Right. I wanted to get to the part where they were doing, and this is annoying.
That can't match that energy.
I love that. I love that you said that. My last fiance was epitome of alpha. Just alpha, no beta, alpha. And or we would have done this, and his alphaness has allowed me to stay in my submissive. Okay. Does that make sense? That man so pivotal, shifting my calibration for me, that even though it didn't work, that was a blessing in itself.
There it is. Okay, so as we wrap up, get into your business just a little bit, if you don't mind. Yeah. Because I mean, you're sharing a lot. You already done beat me up for session after session. So as transparent and as candid as you would like to be, you said, like, literally there's been 4 times that you almost went down. Also.
I almost went down.
Yeah. Well, taking the long walk.
I'm taking that long haul.
Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it? Because you've been talking about accountability. You've been talking about high functioning. And you literally told me that I'm probably in my situation because of the type of high functioning and low functioning people I'm choosing. Yep. Why hasn't it worked for you?
Because for the first few, I was low functioning and I was still in my healing journey. And so I law of attracted low functioning.
And the first, you're saying that happened all 4 or just the first?
The first, I would say like the first 2 or 3, definitely low functioning of myself.
So when you say that, because I want you to break that down, like, what were you desiring? How were you low functioning that found things that where you thought this was your match, this was your person, and then it still didn't go through because you were low functioning?
I take accountability. It was my fault because I knew all of them were not my person from the beginning.
So, and there is a person, there's one person out there for you?
I don't think there's one person. I think that there's many people that are for everyone. I think that is just
so you're a type of person, you're a person that's on your frequency.
The type of person that you feel I want to do this with you forever. I think if that's your person, if that happens 4 or 5 times, hey, that's amazing. You know, for me, I knew that I didn't want to do any of them forever. Not because they weren't great men. I knew subconsciously that I was choosing because they were what I needed for that season. And I, got caught up in, we're here. This man is amazing, faithful as hell, loves me, takes full care of me, even though I'm in my professional field. And so I learned not to thrive, but to survive in that. And because I'm a little girl who grew up surviving and not thriving, I didn't understand what thriving was yet. And so I allowed my survival mechanism and my lack of sense of self, right, and my brokenness to choose what it needed there. And because it chose something that allowed me to stay broken, I stayed longer. Does that make sense? Because what they were feeding me, which was allowing me to be toxic, allowing me to be dysfunctional in that relationship, and even allowing me sometimes to be abusive, even if it was verbally in that relationship, without fleeing. These men were not fleers, without fleeing or at least saying, hold on, this is not cool. We got to figure this out. It was just, I love you. And like you were saying about these babies being number one, you can run amok and I'm going to be right here for the muck 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. That may be what we want coming from abandoned little control freaks, but that ain't what we need. Mm-hmm. And so when I had that, all it did was inflame, ended up doing a lot of looking at myself. So sure, I did not have, once I was able to see that, what do you think we need most? We need someone who's going to be a sturdy old.
Hey, Sin, is this not the picture, the video?
Stop right here real quick. Like, yo, I'm finna know I'm 18 up in the building. Sir.
Chill.
How you doing tonight?
Chill. Hey. What it do? What it do? Yeah. Yeah. I'm
it's
in
your
here.
boy Jew.
What it do? I'm in here with my crew. We about to go ahead and do what we do too. That part.
Right. Something that is irritating me with her. I like the accountability, but it kind of shits in the face of what a lot of ladies say. There aren't any good men out here. There are no good men out here. And we about to have a whole crowd up in here tonight. But she said that a lot of ladies say there are not that many good men around anymore. This lady said all the men that she was with that proposed to her and she was going to get married to were good men. And she left all of them. That part right there kind of sits really heavy on my chest because I hear so many ladies talking about there's no good men. Where are all the good men? This lady had 4 from her own admission, and she walked away from all 4 of them. I'm starting to really I'm really about to start having to beat that down to other people because it ain't something that I just figured out because I've known it. There are a shit ton of good men out here. I just don't think there are a lot of women out here that want a good man. But, that's just my opinion from the outside looking in. What's y'all thoughts? I got Uncanny up in the building. Well, hold on. Let me see how to. And Bandolero Seyo.
Bandolero soy yo.
Bandolero Seyo. Okay.
You come do it right, Jay.
That means I'm a bandit.
Hey, look, we all need to be bandits tonight. But give me thoughts on this lady real quick, like, and then you give me yours after this shit.
I think you paused it on Themis on the wrong picture, man.
I told y'all that motherfucker gay. And I ain't trying to knock y'all for being gay, but I can't stand no gay ass dude that come around and talk shit about black dudes. I'm like, bro, shut your sis ass up.
Cynthia G came back.
Man, you better get to talking and say something, nigga. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
All right. Yo, Cynthia G came back.
No, she didn't. She on his channel, so she's just trying to moonlight to keep her presence out there. Because if somebody reported her ass gone again, she'll put somebody else's channel up.
It's like a secret society too. Because when I heard about the Cynthia G was going live, it was like in a hush hush, and I said, "Fuck that!" I'm telling Jay.
That's a damn shame. But what's your thoughts on this chick? I missed a little part of it just coming in, but you give me your thoughts on it.
I think she was correct about the kid. Earlier in the interview, she was talking about if you don't tell your kids no, then they will, grow up and not learn the world because the world ain't fair. But other than that, when I didn't hear about the 4 men and her leaving their ass, I don't know. She seemed like she looking for a unicorn type dude or something, like something that's not real, like a man that's not going to hit all her boxes. Cannot happen.
Well, Jay, maybe you can fill us on the 4 guys thing real quick. Give us a quick summary.
Well, Nick just asked her. He asked her after she volunteered some information talking about she's been proposed to twice and she's canceled 2 engagements. So Nick said, so yeah, 4 different guys. And I thought he was maybe she was saying 2 engagements and 2 canceled walking down the aisle shits. But he said it again, 4. And she was like, yeah. And then she was like, the first 3, the first 2 definitely, maybe the third. She wasn't ready to do whatever the fuck. And like, I don't, that's all I got from it, from what I heard. So I don't know what to say, man. She had 4 different guys that were great guys, alpha, rah rah, and all this shit. And clearly, she operates in a space where she's sitting down talking to Nick Cannon. So clearly, these dudes weren't no brokies. They were alpha. Supposedly, they looked good. She said they were good men. Clearly, they made money.
But
for her,
she's the problem.
Exactly. But that's one thing that she did admit. She said she does take accountability for she wasn't there. She wasn't ready. She really could go and be like, yeah, I ran these niggas away or I did some fucked up shit. But now she was like, yeah, I just wasn't ready. I'll take, look, that's better than getting nothing. That's some form of accountability. But yeah, it seems like she is the problem when it came to those relationships.
Well, I'll say this on that point. You know, Jane not here, but if she come around, I bring it up again. When Jane or other women tell ladies they too young to get married and all of that, this is going to be a product of what's going to keep happening or already happening presently. Women are not being serious, but you got young men that want to get married, that want to tie the knot, and they saying we don't want to get married. But then they are getting taught, no, we shouldn't get married. Even with the guy saying we don't need to get married because there's no benefits for men. If you really look at it, that's not the younger guys saying it. That's dudes 30 plus. So we're seeing certain issues and we don't want to play with it. But at the same time, women think that, then you want to come back when you're 40, 50, talking about, I'm ready, I'm yours. And like Eddie Murphy's going to be like, fuck you, bitch. Like, they ain't going to want you now. You know what I'm saying? Back then you didn't want me. So that is something that women are going to have to pay for, especially when they come back talking about the thing. And that's why it is not a good thing if you have a guy that is ready, but you as a woman are not ready, but then want to talk trash about men, especially black men, not wanting to get married. Cause and effect.
Sure. It's always that standard shit. Black men for dealing with women of other races, but then also promoting the same breath for black women to go deal with men of other races. It's so bad when they do it, but we want y'all to go do it. And just like this, yeah, these men don't want to get married, even though these men are keep proposing to you. Y'all the ones who running away, but these men don't want to get married. There's no good men out here, but I done had nothing but good men in relationships, but there's no good men out here. It's the dumb shit that they keep saying time and time again that keeps putting them in the situations that they're in. But I'm gonna let them keep talking a little bit, man. I'm gonna let them keep talking a little bit because this is fucking crazy. I might even do 2 parts because tomorrow I call my internet provider. Well, tonight I got to call my internet provider and cuss their ass the fuck out because they fucking my shit up.
You Dusty, you can't even afford to keep your internet working. You bandit.
Yeah. Super bandit. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It is.
All right.
You never leave.
Yeah.
You never leave, no matter what I put you through.
I mean, it has to be.
You never leave, no matter.
You said what?
Look at the thumbnail that I have on my video on Patreon.
I did. It's the same clothes they have on.
Well, I'm about to skip
Yeah,
ahead,
so
man.
the
What part is talking about Cam
behavior,
Newton?
and she has her but all
Yeah,
it
here we go.
is the same type of gaslighting and stupidity and deflection that bandits usually engage in. Nothing more, nothing less.
There we go.
Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. So he was like, oh, he's like Vance, JD Vance. Got it.
Therapist, not only do I have a pastor, not only do I have a mother, and I have a circle of wealth, which I call friends and support system, who, male and female, single and married, who, that's why I said, some do have healthy relationships and some don't have healthy relationships, but they're all part of my ecosystem. Again, contrast, the person who doesn't have a healthy relationship is also teaching me things on what not to do and things I may not want to do. Folks like your mom, who are extremely wise, who, are still, I'm guessing from what you said, still with your dad, right. She has a different perspective that definitely adds to, me processing through my journey, what that looks like. So I have a very equally yoked circle of resources that help me through whatever I'm going through for the clarity. But do I have somebody who I look to that I want to be like? That person is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Now, I want to respond to something. You said there's a lot of that black women, and I know it was a joke, but being serious, black women are women, folks would hire to do the detective investigative work. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to find out anything. They're going to be on social media, Instagram, cell phone, all that. They're going to piece it together. They're going to figure it out. See, that's the dysfunction that I'm talking about is an issue. Okay. And that's also referring to low functioning behaviors. That's a choosing issue. Mm-hmm. First of all, not that I'm better than any other woman or they're better than me. I'm not choosing a man that I have to be
just a quick reminder that, like, just be careful who y'all are talking to in the chat. Like, you don't have to fight, you don't have to, just be mindful, be a bit demure about your responses, because
I'm definitely gonna be. I'm over here dying laughing because I'm definitely gonna be mindful of everything you put on that board.
So I'm guessing Thymus wrote this right here. Says 21% of adults in the U.S. read below the 5th grade level. 21%. Possibly. I'm not sure if that's possibly. 19% of high school graduates in the United States can't read. I call cap. Call cap on that. 42 million of U.S. adults can't read past a 5th grade level. Cap. You see how they went to the million instead of showing a percentage? Because I'm pretty sure that percentage is very low. Even if that is true, I don't believe that is. And then another 50% of adults in the U.S. can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. I don't believe that. Y'all, any of y'all believe that?
No, I don't.
That just sounds like that's not correct.
Yeah, because you would want to have context to that, which is fine for us to ask questions. People ask us questions on the stats we show all the time. That shit can come directly from the CDC. But my context would be a lot of those students, are they really trying? Do they really give a fuck? Do you have statistics on the ones who are not necessarily showing up? Do you have the statistics on the ones who show up and actually do the work or don't do the work? Like, it's a concerning number because what that says, 80% of adults in the US, like,
Nah, 50%. 50%.
That's too high,
okay,
man.
because I can't blow it up on my side. But
Yeah, 50% of adults
so
in
we're
the U.S. can't read a book written at an 8th grade level.
so we're saying half.
Yeah.
So we're saying 175 million citizens in the U.S. can't read at a ninth grade level. Well, I'll say this one thing: if that is true, you can't put that all on black men.
Hell no,
Because
because we don't even make that much up.
yeah, if you take us out of the whole percentage of black women, we'll probably be like 6.5%.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Maybe 6. Honestly, I'm gonna say maybe 6. If the number they keep going with 13% of the population, yeah, I go with 6 because there's more black women than there's more women, period, in the United States than there are men of every race. So
we're looking at 14% of black Americans now that are in this
14%.
country.
All right, yeah, well, here you go. We can get
So
6.5 then.
yeah, so that's why I said roughly six and a
Yeah.
half versus the whole 7 because it's more them than us. So even if they try to put, you can't put that on us. So I think you might want to start talking to the whole country versus just us. I'm just saying.
You want to know something funny that's very deceiving in here? Why didn't it say U.S. adults, U.S. citizens? Why didn't it say citizens in the United States? Why did it say adults?
Yeah, there are a lot of people that come over here. They can't speak English, so.
And I'm wondering if maybe that play a part in these statistics. Because my next door neighbors don't speak no goddamn English. See, no goddamn English, bro, at all, bro.
There were parts in Miami where if you hit like Little Havana, Hialeah, there is no English. Like every
It's all
place,
Spanish.
Spanish. Yeah, just straight Spanish.
Yeah, we got a
And
lot
then
of places like that over there.
think about too when they was talking about slaves and they always painted the picture that we were just ignorant, but they don't show the fact that when they was bringing us to this country or whatever, or enslaving whatever indigenous people that was already here that may have not spoken English. So yeah, you speaking broken English does not mean you can't fucking read. It's just that's not in your language. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of things that we don't cover. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more context to this story, and you will have people that don't want to dig and fine tune the bullshit to find the actual truth. You know what I'm saying? So that I think you bring up a good point with that.
Yeah, look, I know a lot of ladies that probably is watching this live stream because it's still live right now. We're watching the live, kind of live, just a little bit behind. They see those numbers and they just jump with it, and they automatically think black men. It's funny to me. Women outnumber men of every race. There's more women in this country, period. So those numbers would be more likely on your side than it is on the men's side. But I know what they will go with. They're going to go with, oh, it's got to be the men. It's got to be the men. But I don't even believe these numbers. Got to be honest. I would fact. I don't even really got time for that. I'm trying to see where he's going with putting this up here.
It's important. It is important that we treat people with some care, because they're not where you are doesn't mean you get to discard them as human beings. Just as a reminder, this is a public service announcement. 50% of adults in the U.S. can't read a book written at an 8th grade level.
Hey,
So
you
just
can hear
be
me, boy?
mindful.
Now,
just
walk
be
away for a second.
mindful
What
of
happened?
others.
Boy, somebody, it sound like he's Caribbean.
Nah, Time is just gay.
Nah, that boy is sweeter than sweet.
He is, but I can hear a Caribbean accent.
Nah, he into crisscross. He love that back.
I don't know why this man. Everybody keep acting this man. Nah, he look, dude. He ain't nothing else. He just gay. He just gay.
No. I hear the Caribbean accent, and I was just gonna
You
say,
hear the gay in him. That's what you hear. You hear the gay. He ain't Caribbean, man. That nigga gay. You looking at that haircut, you like, okay, I can see it, maybe Caribbean. Nah, he just gay. He talk like
no,
that
I
because
hear
he's
the
gay.
accent. I hear the accent also. So another thing, good reason why he could be going off the way he do, especially when it comes to black men, because Caribbean dudes do not play that when it comes to being gay.
Well, here go. Somebody go do some Oppo research on him.
That is
Find out if he's Caribbean.
I know who could tell me, but I just text her. She gonna come up later. Lena G.
She get here in time.
She said she
gonna come up.
Yeah, she said she got to defend her girl. That was some bullshit. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Lynn gonna get kicked off tonight. Come up here trying to defend this bullshit. Should
That
be up out
part.
of here real fucking quick. I send her ass back to the streets. Back to the streets whence you come, baby girl. I can't even. Huh?
I dare her, so she not.
No, we gonna send her back to Cannon.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hey, look, open arms. Okay, gonna take that. Open arms. Come on, baby. I've been waiting on you. I'm surprised they let you stay around that long.
Since you been gone. Yeah, he gonna be saying Jodeci when she come back.
Oh man, I had a joke on that one, but nah, man, that was for somebody else.
Let's see, nationality. I don't know how to spell this shit. Nationality. I'm looking him up right now.
He gay. I'm sorry, he just sweet.
No, he is, but I still have a Caribbean accent though too.
I'm looking right now.
What if this whole time he was like straight? He was like, I don't know why people keep thinking I'm gay.
Man, he gay as hell. That nigga gay as hell, bro. Look, all I see is that they say the motherfucker went to China and shit. I ain't saying that. Like, I ain't think you'll be able to find that much about him. But supposedly he went to China. But nah, that nigga, look, he could be something else, but I just think he gay as fuck. But either way, though, you can live your life, buddy. Let's keep going.
Become a detective too. Even the men I called off weddings from, to their defense, just because I called it off doesn't mean they weren't good men. I'm choosing men who I can be a wife or a woman to. I'm not choosing a man that I can be a detective to. So when women are choosing men, I think that certain things to become aware of are, do I have to go into my detective, which is my trauma? Do I have to go into my investigate, which is my dysfunction? Because if so, that man is triggering and bringing those things up. And he only brings those things up in you because those things are in him. And start trusting your spirit more, ladies. And this is another thing. Women with daddy issues are going to be okay with being an investigator and a detective because oftentimes, remember, they have learned subconsciously how to investigate and detective. Why is daddy not here in the household? So it doesn't make me say, why would they not grow up thinking the norm is to wonder where you're at, to wonder what you're doing, and to wonder why, and think that's okay based on their norm of daddy issues.
Still, I thought the literacy rate went up. It did. It went up to that. It went up to that. It did go up.
I have a father who we were very well best of friends, who was extremely involved in my life. A father, a daddy, everything. So I never had to wonder or investigate my father. I never had to wonder.
Brother, what's that?
I'm sorry, I missed it when I should have played it.
Investigate his motives with me. So I don't navigate the world thinking that that's the norm to try to figure out or investigate on social media, through your cell phone, through anything, what your motives are, who you are, what are you doing. That is an unhealthy relationship. There's trauma and your pain for you. And I would offer that any woman who's in that situation get help. Leaving isn't easy, and to learn how to choose different, learn how to choose better, because you deserve better. And let me go further. The man who you're investigating or you're feeling like you have to do these things with, and you can't just be in a safe space, you can't nest in, he also deserves better. And his getting better is you pivoting and leaving and telling him that he needs to get some help before he can be with a woman.
Blah, blah, blah. Timothy, you have to let Sin read it in her Dust Debater. I can't, because I would literally lie. I cannot take that voice again. when she used to do it live, it would destroy my whole life.
I can't do it right now anyway because Jasper just came over here and let me know he wants some food. Like he literally just came and sat next to me, meowing. So I think he wants some food. So I'm gonna feed him real quickly.
Hey Jasper, I'm
Hey,
thinking about
lady.
getting a cat too, but I might not. 2 years ago, I wanted a child, so I should probably wait a year and see if I'm gonna still want a cat.
Woman who is of your caliber. When I say your caliber, who's willing to get help for yourself, so you choose different.
I'm sorry, y'all. Miss it again. Hold up.
Brother, what's that?
Let's continue.
Daddy issues don't mean you got to be with your daddy. It just means you got to take inventory of what daddy who you didn't have looks like and stop choosing that kind of man. Next question.
Y'all know I love going to live events, whether it's football. Boxing gloves still on. Yeah. And
Hey Thomas, man, you pay for YouTube Premium with your broke ass.
I for the sake of my cigar, I mean.
By the way, the reason this interview is so painful, I figured it out. These two people have no chemistry. At least Dr. Bryant had chemistry with Nick Cannon. There was some back and forth and thoughtfulness. There is no chemistry here at all. The interview is not flowing well. The questions aren't coming. The questions aren't thoughtful. They aren't connected in any meaningful way. She says something, he moves on in his discomfort. He asks a question that he doesn't really know how to ask, and then she responds whatever she wants to respond with. There is nothing here. It does not flow. It feels draggedy, honestly, and we're struggling through it, but period.
I do agree that with her and Nick Cannon, there was more of a connection, at least in the sense that they could build on their conversations and have more of a rapport. They don't have any. I noticed that too. They really don't have any. There's no rapport established here. And I don't think she would be able to with somebody like Cam Newton.
Yeah, no, I do think that in front of us, right? And there is a power struggle. I think in front of us, what we see is what happens when one person is super educated and the other person isn't. Now, who is who?
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta stop right here. This is fucking funny. So this dude is criticizing Cam Newton, saying that he's not educated because this lady is a therapist. I don't think they know what school Cam Newton went to.
And can you please tell him, Jay, could you please tell him?
The man graduated from the University of Auburn. Auburn University in Alabama. That's one of the toughest fucking schools to get into down here. Bro, dummies don't go to Auburn and graduate. And he was at fucking Florida before that. The University of Florida.
Hold on. It don't matter down here in general. Florida and Auburn is not a college. Period for dummies. It's not Stanford and all of those shits, but it is one of those top colleges. But those are still two top schools, just like Florida State, that if you go to, you can get you're gonna get a great degree, and not only that, especially law school. like Florida State and Florida is Auburn too. Those are great schools to go to get your law degree from as well.
Not to mention, engineering is really big at Auburn. Really big. A lot of the engineers you see working for Tesla, NASA, these GM, Chevy, and all that, Auburn. Like I don't know what the fuck this motherfucker talking about because Cam graduated, motherfucker. He graduated. I don't know what you're talking about. And
So you can talk about the chemistry. You can talk about the chemistry all you want, fine. But it's trying to say somebody dumb. I don't know about that one, bro.
That's like somebody that's in their goddamn 20s trying to tell somebody in their 30s they got a low IQ and shit. Like, bitch, who you talking to? Who you talking?
It's probably because Cam Newton doesn't want to say something wrong because he doesn't want to. Remember, it's a show. He's not trying to get canceled, so he's not trying to engage with her. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like he's trying to be careful because nowadays you get quicker than a bitch.
Yeah, and they ain't trying to get canceled out here. Look, Revolve Potato said, "Why is a gay guy on live stream hating men?" Hey, that's what gay guys do, and that's what be getting me. Go ahead.
When he said he wanted to get a kid, is he going to be the one that, you know, because there's like two ways of getting pregnant for homosexuals. There's
adopting or getting somebody to inseminate a woman.
Yeah, so is he gonna do the second one? Cause
nah. He gonna keep getting fucked in the butt. He gonna keep getting fucked in. He gonna try to go down there and.
I just can't take it, man. That dude is sweet. I'm sorry. He just
sweet like candy. I ain't gonna hold him, man. Like that shit right there, man. Like,
brother, what's that?
Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
That was pretty much. He did it on time. Normally I'd be off on it, but look, I'm gonna let it keep playing, man, because we probably got 30 more minutes of this shit.
Yeah, it's about to get there. I just want to ask a simple question.
Oh, if I got an animal, y'all would be sick of them. Y'all would be sick of whatever animal.
It'll be a simple answer.
Hopefully.
I think you should get some cats.
Not some, and not you pluralizing that.
But if you get one, you have to get another one of the opposite gender.
Wait, really? Why?
I mean, because they be wanting somebody to play with.
Look at her trying to look. That's why you a baby mama right now, Cynthia. That's why you a baby mama right now. You talk about it. You get one cat, you gotta get one of the opposite gender. Why? So they can play with each other. Bitch, shut your goofy ass up. No, you don't. Fuck wrong with you?
I'm thinking about getting a cat for real. I might.
Oh,
I might.
okay.
We'll talk
So
about
now
that.
I see a little
You're
gay
gonna have
in
to
you.
tell me about
Good.
Jasper.
Well, you did this.
Jasper is such a sweetie.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I want a fat, mean cat. That's what I want. If I get a cat, I want him to be like really fat and really mean and just like demanding.
I don't know. I don't know where you're gonna find that from, but I haven't. Maybe a stray cat, maybe.
Yo, I'm not gonna get a stray cat now.
But she's not gonna tell me because she wants me to keep feeding her trauma, which is that mask and that costume she's wearing to make people think that relationship is good. I'll pass. I'll take what God has for me, and I will continue to pray for those who I see have a healthy relationship and support them. But I don't want nothing nobody has because it's not mine. And if it ain't yours, y'all, you can't keep it. You can't sustain it. So stop wanting things that ain't yours. Stop wanting things that don't belong to you. That's called despair. Get you some help, get you some healing, get you a sense of self, and start wanting things that are yours. And then you may not end up with a man who's beating your ass because you thought he was putting her on jets and buying her Birkin bags and taking her to nice restaurants when she was going home getting her ass beat. But you wanted it though, right? Be careful what you ask for. So God revealed to me what I'm saying I want. So I understand the transparency of it. God revealed.
Girl, who are you talking to? What do you?
Right.
No.
This sounds more like a black male worshiping rant than anything. Like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, like I turned up my mic. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Yeah, I have no clue what she's talking about. No, I'm not engaging with that.
To me, what's mine? Either usually cleave, or not many, but some depart, because you cannot cleave without shedding, and the shedding that cleaving takes.
Drinking and driving. Two things that I really want to ask or must ask in this situation. First, in regards to the women, I don't really want to attack or really speak on your clientele, but obviously with my research, you spoke about low functioning individuals, male and female. What's the percentage of males that you counsel that are low functioning? What's that percentage?
I love it. Collectively, male and female.
Break it down for male and female.
Okay, I would say, interesting enough, I would say that there are 70% low functioning women, 40% low functioning men.
What?
Is she a problem too? What do you mean there are?
Look at him. Look at him. We all see the reaction. He asked her a direct question. She broke it down in the statistics that she can think of. You don't like it. What in your fucking life has told you there's anything different? That's the part that gets me. His reaction. He couldn't even handle it. Watch her say it again. Watch her say it again.
Yeah, like I turned up my mic. I don't know if you guys % low functioning.
They're like
Collectively, you want me to go male and female?
Break it down for male and female.
Okay, I would say, interesting enough, I would say that there are 70% low functioning women, 40% low functioning men.
What?
Is she a problem too? What do you mean there are 70% low functioning women and 40% low functioning men? So you think there are more low functioning women than men?
Yeah. Like I said, she was going on her little blackmail worshiping rant because you ain't. I don't even think is there even 40% of the black male population who are even self-sufficient.
we need to get into these read.
Beautiful.
More of us than it is y'all. So
the funny shit. Look, I'm gonna hit him with it. Average women income. Since we want to talk crazy, Cynthia. Since you want to talk crazy, this is women right here. Maxing out $45,100 per year. That's the max for the average. The average max. Let's go to the men. 51,000. Average max. Who's the number one recipients of anti the fucking get the word for it. Antidepressant pills. Who's the number one group taking those pills out?
we already know. Go ahead, show it to him.
I ain't got that clip on here right now. I ain't got that one. I need to get that one. I need to go pull it up. But it's women, if y'all didn't know. Like, they can't believe it. All the data in this world around them tells them this is true, but they just cannot fathom it because they told themselves a lie so many fucking times. Like, come on now. She said 70% of her clients. That don't mean all the people in the fucking world, just the people that came into her shit to get goddamn counseling, get therapy. 70% of the women are at this point, and 40% of the men are at this point. You just can't accept it because that fucks with your worldview. That's really construed and goes against all logic. Amazing, right? So we got True Goblin up in the building. He said, this bitch ain't even successful. The fuck? Yeah, she got kicked off YouTube. She doing Patreon now. He also said, wearing a wig or a wig every time isn't successful. No, it's not. And fucking Potato came in and said, and who are the recipients of most financial help? Women. It's amazing me. I'm ready to see how they try to play this out. Did you have anything if I keep playing this? This shit's funny.
Yeah, real quick. Well, real quick, what bothers me when she said, "Oh, she doing the world man worshiping rant," but she going off her numbers. But what is the homeboy on here doing? He pandering to females. So it's okay to pander to females, but if you give numbers and statistics that favor men, all of a sudden you're pandering to men and you're a pick me, you're a mammy, even though we all know mammy means a black woman that was catering and nursing and being a nanny to to white colonists, you know what I'm saying, the master and his family. That's what tripped me out. Shit like that, but that's another conversation. I digress. My microphone is muted.
All right. Look, man. Look, really using words out of context. That's what they. But either way, though, let's keep it going.
And emotional intelligence to be high functioning. I feel like you, at bare minimum, need to know how to understand your own emotions.
What you say, Thymus? Stupid. Get your gay ass up. Play the video.
Because how would you have gotten a community dynamic where 70% of the women are low functioning, but the majority of men are high functioning? How?
She plays entirely too much. Entirely too much.
Man, real quick, Jay. Let me say something.
She's not basing this on.
Bitch said. So she just said, "How we gonna have a community that's functioning with the women being the problem?" Well, in case you forgot, men are the ones that build, not the women. You don't pass work sites, construction sites, and see the women out there building the community. You see the men doing it. So if we're so bad functioning, y'all wouldn't have homes, apartments, condos. You wouldn't have work buildings. You wouldn't have no infrastructure whatsoever. So explain to me how, if we're the ones that are functioning low, even with black men, you wouldn't have infrastructure or nothing. You heifers would be out there sleeping in tent city more than us because y'all can't function without us. I don't give a fuck how much they want to say that. You already brought up they're the main ones and need financial help. They are the main ones that's gonna need, you know what I'm saying, a place to nest and all of that. This whole I'm independent, don't need no man. You just talking about relationships. But overall, in your life, in totality, you need a man. All you motherfuckers do. Go ahead, Jay.
Nah, I'm just loving it because keep playing that game to go find out. I got clips on clips of women crying about saying all that dumb shit and then finding out, nah, that shit don't work for you. But let's go.
Anything. She said, I think. So this is
her opinion, basically.
Yeah.
They think she's talking about all of society.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it probably is correlating to all of society. Probably numbers probably worse.
All right, this new man in the chat typing away. I'm going to drop the link, and this is for you. If you do not come up to explain why you are just out here spazzing out, twerking.
Yeah, this is the same band and new profile, basically.
Yeah. You're going to get blocked. So, moderators, please block that person if he types. Let me show you who he is so we don't use. Yeah, I know who I'm talking.
Oh, yeah, the
please
real
block
one
him. If he types again, just go ahead and block him. Yes, you have permission to block 2 else. Please block them if they don't hit the link. I'm tired of that.
And I might need to get the fuck up over here. Go over there and I might need to go over there and conversation. Thymus. I might need to pause for a little bit. Now we're gonna finish this out.
No, he might hit on
ever say
I can deal with that.
That a man of high function will never really know true love.
No, I don't even believe that, but no.
Okay. So what identifies a woman to be high functioning?
A high functioning woman is a woman who wants you. She doesn't need you. And let me clear that up. When I say she doesn't need you, it doesn't mean she's independent. That means she is interdependent. I only not need you because my pain doesn't need your pain. My dysfunction doesn't need your dysfunction to feed it for us to be in this relationship, meaning I don't need a trauma bond with you, okay? She wants you because she wants the healed part of you, but has the capacity, because we're all human, we ain't perfect, to facilitate and deal with the unhealed part of you that's going to show up in the relationship.
Yeah, she also annoying me too right now. You don't need any of them. All right, here he is. Block him. Thank you. All right, that's it.
I'm fine with just skipping to the relevant parts, really.
Same. Oh, I think this is the high functioning, low functioning part.
Yeah, Cynthia, shut up. He got a YouTube channel, not you.
At some point, and hers is going to show up too. Mine is going to show up too. And so that's why I always say, I want a hybrid. I want a hybrid for y'all out there who want to know, meaning a man who's high functioning enough to him, where it's going to be.
Go through. As far as being emotionally intelligent, that still does not qualify you as being high vibrational. The thing that is often said on two counterparts, two species, from a woman, it's about self-worth, how I feel. I'm not going to allow you to treat me like this. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me like this. I know my non-negotiables. I know my worth. Fine. That are all qualifying things for any woman to say to herself or to the universe, I'm high vibrational. Now, the thing for me is that doesn't qualify for men, because you can have all the emotional intelligence, all the trigger points to be able to communicate. But if you stand at your mama house, all that's out the door. You understand what I'm saying? So society dictates what a man's value is, respectfully, and it's shameful to say it that way, but that's the surface level identifier of a high vibrational man, amongst other things. Now, these things are what women always, oh, well, I'm not doing this, or yeah, this and the third, and that's fine. Different rules for different species.
Like, that's fine.
So that's where I'm saying to you, it's like, okay, for that 40% or that 70% of high vibrational women, it's a little bit, the rules are a little different for men. And you can't say it's not, because it actually is. All that, he's fit, girl, I mean, everything. I mean, this, that, and the third. But Dr. Bryant ain't gonna talk to no guy that can, number one, protect her physically, emotionally, and gives her the stability to live her life as she sees fit. And that's where the high vibrational man steps in. And we don't need that from a high vibrational woman. So that's my caveat.
Okay, got it.
What did he
You made
just
a lot of
say?
really good points.
I didn't even track what Kim said.
Yeah, he wasn't really making any sense, dog, because he's like, he want to rebuttal it, but when you don't make sense like that, it just sounds like you just being biased and bitter because you ain't adding no context to it.
It was a word salad. It was a bunch of words. He didn't even
With no
finish it off at
dressing.
the end. Yeah, I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck did you just say? I swear I be hearing a lot of people do that shit. I'm like, what the fuck did they just say? But either way, though, look, man, Diamond's about to put his little thought in here. Yeah, little Raw Potato said a word salad. It was a goddamn word salad, man. This shit crazy, man. I don't know, man. Let's keep going.
I'm gonna skip it to the 138
Go on, skip
point,
it.
because what I'm not
skip
about
it.
to do
Go
is sit
skip
here and
it.
listen to this
Time
woman
is-
tell this man that
go
he made
skip
good
it.
points when he can't even formulate
Pick your goddamn
sentences.
I support that decision. I think that's a decision for a good decision for everybody.
Nobody give a fuck what you support, Cynthia.
There's flip-flops. Like, you can't do that. You can't disrespect the altitude.
Yeah, the culture of what's here.
You see what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with that, I know, and I understand. A lot of people see my situation and I think that I'm not high function.
What situation?
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you.
What
to even-
situation?
What do you mean that's very vague? You're the one who brought. Yo, these men are weird. He brought it up. He said many people see my situation and think that's functional or whatever. She goes,
He a
what
cute dog?
situation? He goes, that's.
I'm sorry.
Is he a cute dog or something? What was that?
Nah, he gay. Gay as hell, man. Like, fuck. Like, I ain't got no problem. I got no problem with nobody being gay, man. But I'm like, damn, dude, you doing too much now, man. Like, oh my God. It's like, what the fuck is all that for, man? That man, I'm saying that he a cute dog. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. No, man, what is going on, man? Ah, shit, I'm sorry, yo. That's my one childish moment right there. This dude getting at me, man. I don't know. This is irritating.
too vague. What do you mean?
I think this is where Cam Newton admittedly knows that what he did was some trash. You done went out and had all these kids, despite the fact that quote unquote right way was modeled to you in your home.
Yeah. Was chastising her earlier, talking about how you've never seen. Apparently, you don't know what to do about it either. Apparently, you grew up in a 2-parent household and you're still creating broken home and still acting trash. I gotta catch a replay. We got Sin on it. Yay, she's here. Thank you for being here for 31 months. That's awesome. She played.
Oh, hey, Naima. It's really good to see you. I haven't seen you around in a long time, I feel like. Shout out to Naima.
Drop Sin's Patreon so she can go there too. She's still here. Cool. These men don't even realize that these women selling them back Hotep, where the men can't have nothing, period.
Sugar daddy's addy in here. This is businesswoman. No, you need to. We need to get this on. I see it happen so many times. Wow. Dress code. You're not coming here with Jordans and flip flops. Like you can't do that. You can't disrespect the altitude.
Yeah, the culture of what's here.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so with that, I know and I understand. A lot of people see my situation and I think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation. That's a very vague question, and it's for you.
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high functioning?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Is can I?
Oh my God. Yeah, I just remembered this because I was thinking about the Nick thing. You want to know something? Nick Cannon isn't the smartest. He is not. But he's smarter than whatever this is.
Nick Cannon has a better personality than Cam Newton does. Nick Cannon has a more likable personality than Cam Newton, I think. And so I think it was easier for her to have that discussion with Nick than him, is because Nick Cannon's personality is just better.
Yeah, because like, what is this? Like, actually, like, how do you talk to someone like this? Like
I wouldn't, because this is a defensive bandit. There's no way I would sit down and try to have a serious conversation with somebody with his energy.
Yeah, it's like a really nasty attitude, like you call it.
He is. His whole attitude, his energy and demeanor from the beginning was nasty, and it's probably he might have already knew that she was one of those women who will bring some form of accountability. She's bringing a lot of male worship, but she's also bringing a lot of accountability specifically to him and Nick Cannon.
Yeah, that witch hat is criminal. He deserves it. He does. Thank you for being fatty for 21 months, for being here. Yeah, this is disgusting to me. Like the energy, the response, the way he talks to her right here is just like really nasty.
Correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, more information. Heck yeah.
So I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent? Just by your wife?
I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, he's in a relationship with this woman who jumped up on that, I forgot that girl's podcast, talking about how she's submissive, she's this, she's that. And this lady, Dr. Brian asked, who do you want these children with? And he goes, he goes, whoever, he's like, however God brings them to. So he's not planning to stay faithful. He don't like that woman. If you have a girlfriend or whatever,
quick, Jay, you gotta
about
pause.
that girlfriend, she should be the first one out your mouth when you're talking about who you want kids with. Sorry, Clint, I think you came off mute.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has essentially the same mindset as Nick Cannon, where
See, it ain't that I'm agreeing with Thigh Master, but we talk about the facts. This trying to do all of that, especially like, okay, you ain't Muslim, so you're not going by the Quran. You're not going by I'm gonna put together a compound and marry these women, make all these women my wives, and make sure they're taken care of. But you're okay with making more broken homes. You want to make more broken homes, and the issue is whether women want to agree with this or not. This is real shit. The women help facilitate this bullshit because dude is famous and got money. They may be attracted to him, but they most likely going off his popularity, whatever. But all this facilitation for these broken homes to be with one guy and a bunch of females, like if Nick and him wanted to go ahead and have 1,000 babies by 100 women, they would do it for him willingly, but have no standards to say, all right, I want to at least be married, Christian wise or Muslim wise, so we can build something. Like I said, I ain't trying to agree with Thigh Master, pause, but I'm just saying this is not a good thing at all, in my opinion.
No, it's not at all, but it proves the point. You got a small amount of dudes and a lot of women signing up to do the fuckery. And it's like, who we blame for that? We're just gonna blame all the men. Kim, you got a fucked up mindset. You and Nick Cannon, Future, a lot of y'all motherfuckers. You need to be creating families, not broken homes. And I ain't trying to say it like you creating broken homes, because the women are willing participants in this shit. And they're doing it for a reason. They want their child support. But I'm like, so what you call them? What you call them? Thigh master?
Yeah, Thigh Master.
I guess he got a point. Man, Broken Cloud right twice today, man. Let's keep going.
Where there's no planning, no focus, no organization. That's why I say this is not polygamy, this is not polyamory. Patient, because when you just go and wantonly have sex with multiple women and having these kids and there's no structure or planning behind it, that's a plantation bud.
Yeah, no, well, I think, yeah, after the plantation thing, but I'm agreeing with you in that, like, it is weird when you say whatever God brings me, you are choosing when to have and impregnate women. Like, that is your choice. Stop putting this on God or a higher power. Like, he talks about his situation as if he was dumped into a family pre-prepared for him, where he did not make the decision to impregnate multiple women outside of committing to them. Like, you made those decisions. You weren't like like a family wasn't forced upon you. Like August Alsina adopted his.
Let's stop right there. Thymus, you're cooking right now. Now, can you take that same mindset, that same energy, and put it on the same women that he was laying up with? Bet you can't do it. Bet you can't do it. Matter of fact, bet you won't do it. Yes, he's constantly making a decision. He's consciously, y'all, making a decision to have sex unprotected with all these women. Guess what, Thymus? Guess what, Thymus? You know what the other part of that equation is? They're also doing the same damn thing. It's amazing to me that people in these spaces have all the smoke, and it's on either side. Like, that's one thing that me and Ock can both vouch on this one. We separated ourselves from certain people when it came to these spaces. On that side, y'all want to blame the men for everything and never hold women accountable. Can't fuck with you. People over in like the manosphere, red pill type space, they wouldn't hold these dudes accountable for real. Separate from them. Just get in the gym, work out, man. There's more to this shit than just that. Get your money. There's more to this shit than just that. You can be in the best shape, have all the money, and still make dumbass decisions. Cam Newton, Nick Cannon. Future ain't in good shape. That boy fat. But no, you got to be able to call it out. Thymus, just don't say it one way, man. Just don't say it one way and then just try to act like you quick and it's easy for you to demonize Cam Newton. Perfectly fine. He wrong for what he doing. But goddamn, dude, you need to call them hoes out too. It ain't lining up. These bitches are lining up to be the next baby mama. So stop the cap. Stop the cap. This is one irresponsible man. And it's like 15 goddamn irresponsible women. What are you talking about? Who you think is bigger? Who is a bigger part of that problem? cut his dick off. They just gonna go to another dude that got money and try to give it up to him. I just want to
Man, you
see
ain't got
somebody.
no music playing in the background, man. Play some music
Cause
in
the
the background.
internet, it's because of the internet, man. Can't do it. Can't do it, man.
Oh.
Look, I swear. Even every time I click on the comment, internet. Every time we play one of them clips, internet. It's fucking it all up. It's one of these type of shows, man. Enjoy the commentary, y'all. Let's keep going.
Sisters, I think, children, that is different, right? That is the family like God gave him in that way. You went out there and started creating broken homes, girl. You chose the fate that you now have. And you also have the capacity to not have more children if you don't, talking about whatever God brings you. You just want to be promiscuous. And
once again, it goes for both.
Yazzie girl. All right, girl, you keep submitting. You keep on submitting and scratch his back while he go to bed and cook for the whole family and your bonus children. You keep doing that, girl. Do you? Because he sure didn't say he wanted to have more kids with you when asked, who do you want to have these with? Your name didn't come up at all.
And you have, so you just.
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce.
Period. So you can create them kids. You can have all them kids, but you fear marriage. You fear marriage because you fear divorce. Got it. So you're not getting married. You don't care about a marriage. And look, I'm not telling anyone to get married. But if Yazzie was sitting there thinking, oh, I'm going to be married. There you go, girl.
So, as you
why is he like here? I don't knock him for his energy towards Cam when it comes to this mindset because I believe he is correct. I believe he's on the right path on this one. But majority of our women do that. They would rather have a kid with a motherfucker than get married. Why don't you never say nothing to them? Cam's the exception in the grand scheme of things. He's not the rule. But you got this energy for Cam, but you ain't got this energy for all the women that go out there and do it on a daily fucking basis. I remember in my high school, man, motherfuckers was goddamn 16, 17. One girl had a baby, and next thing you know, all of them was popping them out. All the little hoes in school was popping them out. But you would have energy for the dude that was doing it, not them. I'm like, look, man, can we just get some equal energy across the board? Can we just get a little bit of that? I'm perfectly fine with it. I ain't got no problem with calling out fuck boys. I have no problem with calling out fuck boys. But can we get a little bit of energy for them fuck girls too? No. We're not gonna do that, y'all. We can't do that,
No,
right?
they also forget about the fact that when they changed it and allow themselves to not be under a man's covering to go out there and do whatever they want, way back then, whether we like some things or disagree with some things, back then, the family, especially the men in the family, like, oh no, you ain't finna have my daughter walking around here by herself carrying this baby. You finna be with her and supporting her. Since they did what they did, now nigga ain't got to. Unless Nick Cannon takes pictures with his baby mamas or future NBA young boy Cam Newton or whoever, we don't know who they got a baby with because when they walking, they by themselves. They ain't got to have these kids with them. They ain't got to have these women with them because these women allow that shit. So all the structure, and this is what tripped me out because I said this before on the show. Oh, y'all really helping to benefit the fuck boys that don't want to be there for you. The good dudes that want to be there, they trying and all that. You kick them to the curb like the chick said she had 4 good dudes, kick them to the curb. Don't mean they bad, but kick them to the curb. But if you had a child by each one of them, you'll be out there by yourself, and then you have to be explaining by yourself. So you can go ahead and want to call it out on a man and not call it out on women. But guess what? We're going to see the women who pregnant by themselves. We're going to see it. You ain't got to say nothing, but we're going to see it.
Real quick. Keep going. And y'all, we about to wrap up in a second, y'all, but we might come back I might come back and touch this again. If she gonna keep on pussy hopping over here to YouTube on his shit, yeah, we gonna be watching. We gonna be watching and covering.
Kids doesn't come with the expectation or requirement or commitment of fatherhood. They can just kids, and the community is going to blame the woman. And see, because people are saying,
what fucking world does she live in? What? Like, we just recently got into a time where men are actually calling out women for their fuckery. That is not the goddamn case in the grand scheme of things. We blame the men. That's why the whole justice system hems the men up. Stop that bullshit, Cynthia. You need to stop that. She gonna keep telling these lies, and these hoes in these comment sections gonna keep believing that dumb shit. Why are majority of men on child support, not women? Because we hold the men accountable. They were like, well, the women have the kids. Get the kids to the fathers. Get the kids to the fathers. Oh, no, they're going to fucking do it. Because there's money. And the state ain't going to do it either. Because they need their cut too. Like, stop the cap.
and I've heard them say it, well, having kids is for life, whereas you can divorce, and that's true. But you have to look at the expectation around both of them. There is no expectation or requirement in the Black community for Black men to raise their children. If they don't, the woman will be blamed. So it's easier for them to sit up and create multiple children with multiple women because there's no accountability. There's no requirement. Yeah. With a marriage, they're actually expected to be a provider and act like a husband.
I gotta say something on that.
They're not really expected to do that.
See, and that's the problem. You don't speak against women being out here and not doing the right thing. You speak for men being bandits. You tell women to stay away from them. You tell them to abort their children. You tell them that Black man ain't worth shit. You don't tell them have your standards, because this way you'll be protected just in case he is a fuck boy. As a matter of fact, this is the standards and requirements and the baseline that he gonna have to cross to show he's not a fuck boy. But you preach against that. Then, like, we had this conversation with females plenty of times before. Oh, they don't get held accountable, the women do. No, y'all get awarded y'all children. Y'all don't go in court and say, hey, I want the father in here too. I want to split custody with him. You know what I'm saying? We'll try to work something out. Matter of fact, y'all don't even do that before you go to child support. You just run your happy ass over there to child support court. So don't sit and say you get held accountable because you're having to deal with what you did. Then you want to say, oh, the man get to run off and don't do that. Like you said, look at all the men that, you know, who on child support the most, who pay alimony the most. Whether they want to say, oh, those numbers ain't high, it don't matter. All the numbers, you can show numbers all together of who gets held accountable and who the fuck does not. They don't get held accountable. Stop telling me that if I go buy a car knowing that the car is a lemon, I know the car is a lemon and I still bought the car. Now the car is fucked up. I'm getting held responsible. That's not accountability. Like, people don't really understand what that word means. You went out there, you fuck with a dude, you didn't get married, and then now you have to deal with your consequences. Accountability is when the man get thrown on child support, he got to go to jail, lose his passport, lose property, and all kinds. That's accountability. You're not getting held accountable. You get awarded shit. So we need to like stop this bullshit. We can't keep letting these motherfuckers sit around here and lie. That is not the truth. Y'all, they don't get held accountable. And one more real thing. You said this shit. For years, y'all have been scapegoating. Like I said, back in the days, it used to be a time. The 90s was probably the last time that it was kind of equal accountability. Now, guess what? Bitches get to do what the fuck they want to do. Not go get married and then think that we supposed to just shit on the man. No, bitch, you supposed to get it too. The only difference is, like, for all them 33% of fraudulent paternity tests when women lie or don't know who the fuck their children is, I mean the children's father is, we need to talk about that too. But they don't want to do that.
You know they don't want to have that conversation. Let's keep going.
But yeah, I get you.
I didn't say it. I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are...
Finish him. Finish him. Period.
Heck yeah.
So I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
by
to
your
bring
wife?
them. I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay. And you have
because my point is this: my desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Brian, you said it. I didn't say it. I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying.
Hey, I had to go out and come back in. My audio was messing up.
How
But
about you can't
what
talk
I
after this
mean is
interview?
that a marriage is a legally binding contract.
Say that again.
I said, I bet you can't probably fucked after this interview.
Probably did. She came in and dressed a certain type of way, didn't she? She didn't dress like that for Nick Cannon. She got the sisters out.
Ooh. What's that?
Let's keep going.
There is no legally binding contract that says he has to take care of his children or even be in their life. So that's the difference of what I'm talking about.
No, I agree with you.
What the fuck is she talking about? There's no legal what? No contract? No, there ain't gotta be no contract. It's called fucking law. You dumb bitch. What you talking about? What are you talking about? There's no contract. No, it's the law. It's the law. Just fucking with that shit.
No. What she's saying is when you first go have kids, there's no contract like a legal binding marriage certificate that you're signing up to say if I don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to get held accountable. Versus the woman have to go down there and put you on child support. That's what she's trying to say.
Well, that's what you're trying to say. That still sounds stupid. Because eventually it's gonna come back to the law. Get a divorce. What's gonna happen? Just go ahead and roll that justice system real quick. Like, maybe I don't know. I'm gonna keep going.
Very selectively active. Okay, so you're creating. And disclaimer: the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies because I can't wait to be a mom. I love the kids. Period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear? Do it anyways. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're
Hey, can you pause for the cause? Because actually him saying that he has a fear is my point. He's not saying he fears being married. He said he fears divorce. What comes with divorce when you got a woman and some kids? Some alimony and child support payments. That's what he's afraid of. He's afraid of divorce.
Cynthia, well, go ahead and tell me the ultimate goal that you're trying to go for, because when it comes to criticizing Cam, these women are already getting child support. So what you're looking for, what you're arguing for, is the alimony, right? You want to call that out, the alimony? All right, go ahead. Go on, tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel, girl.
Divorcing a woman and having to pay her his money. So he would prefer to just create all these children with these women he's not married to, because they ain't putting them on child support. Cam Newton ain't on no child support.
Yeah. I think his children live with him, so he just rotate in a different woman to take care of them. This man is actually diabolical. His behavior is praised in the. No, I'm not reading that.
Her, well, all these other beautiful.
Well, I forgot to say that when Thymus made that statement.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know if it's false or not, but I ain't never heard that before. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me.
Hold on. Let me say
That's
something real
completely
quick.
unfair and that's selfish.
I will say she do kind of got a point on that. This Dust Bunny do got a point on that. I will say this. How does it
Which
make
one,
sense that
Cynthia?
you willing? Yeah, how does it make sense that okay, you don't want to go through the divorce and lose money, but you're willing to participate in making kids and have to pay child support for that or make these arrangements? Because if that's the case, because he ain't on child support, you can still do that with your ex-wife. If y'all
Well,
break
we
up,
don't
you still
know.
can
We don't
do
know
the
if he ain't
same
on
thing.
child support. I think he on child support. If he ain't on child support, he giving them girls way more than what child support would probably give them.
Yeah, no, no, he's doing the same thing Country Wayne do. Country Wayne ain't on child support either, and Country Wayne got more kids than he got. So
Uh-huh.
they breaking them off. Believe that. Same thing with Nick Cannon. He breaking them bitches off.
And they
But
stupid
she
too. I go put myself on child support, but keep going.
yeah, but see that's what I'm saying. Either way that doesn't make any any sense. You get what
Oh
I'm
no, he's
saying?
stupid for it. No, he in the wrong if that's his mindset. What he
Yeah.
doing already is wrong. Like we ain't gonna sit over here and sugarcoat it and cookie cut it for Cam. Cam
Mm-mm.
fuck it up. He fuck it
Mm-hmm.
up. He wrong. In my honest opinion, the way I think a man should live their life, yeah, he dead ass wrong. I would not advocate for what the fuck he doing at
Cause
all.
think about, cause think about it. What's the point of trying to get little bits and pieces of what a traditional family is if you ain't willing to go all the way in? If you a woman and you don't want to get married because you scared a man gonna leave you, even though you're most likely gonna leave him, then you shouldn't even go have kids. Neither should a man. Don't have no kids then, because
Cause
how
he
is that fair
fucking.
to the? How is it fair to the rest of us in society? We got to take care of y'all responsibility. How's that fair? You don't work it out with the baby mama, she go get a sister. You be one of them fuck boys that don't pay your child support. We got to do that because it ain't coming from you. They ain't holding you accountable for it. It's us. You ain't got no relationship. We can't go off of that. That's not no guarantee. Even with the situation I had personally in my life, well, thankfully my son is here. He wants pops around. But at the same time, if he didn't, guess what? His mama was to decide to go get assistance. Y'all got to pay for that. How is that fair to the American people or taxpayers? That shit ain't fair. So either one, keep your legs closed and keep your zip up. Simple as that.
You ain't lying. Keep cooking.
And so, yes, you're
She's talking, and you go, just tell me when I can talk. He's not listening. There is not a word she's saying right now. He's completely shut off right now. He don't care nothing about what he's saying. All he knows is that he's about to defend himself.
taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health wise, and community wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men with what?
Stop doing that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with a wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here do get a wife. If you do, I'm saying that's what you want, you will get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. I'm done, you can go
Okay,
first.
say less. All right, so what identifies as a
Oh,
broken
hold on,
home?
pause it real quick. Pause it real quick. I ain't gonna lie, she cooked his ass. She cooked, and then when they speed it up for her to be talking faster, she air fried this nigga. She pot roast cooked this nigga, dog. Like she George Foreman grilled this nigga. Like now you are yeah, fair enough. What constitutes a broken home? Before he gets to that, no, she got you. You fucking wrong. You let a thought with a PhD cook you, even though he probably didn't smash her before. Go smash her if Nick Cannon hasn't already. Like, dog, come on, man. This what I'm saying. We okay degeneracy because a motherfucker popular got money, status, or whatever. And it's like, dog, you are the motherfuckers that actually, because we talk about this all the time. The reason why a lot of these laws changed wasn't because every man was out here doing something wrong. It was because motherfuckers like him who had money that could get away with some bullshit, they started pushing for certain laws to change. Of course, you got some elite that was like, shit, we can make some money off this shit. We definitely gonna push for this shit to change. But a lot of it was because of the dudes who got money and status. That's actually why a lot of the laws changed. Like, come on, let's keep it real. The average person wasn't out here getting a woman to delete their children. Let's keep it real. Average person won't do that because they'll be ashamed to do some shit like that. So we know where this shit is coming from, and she cooked him. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but she George Foreman grilled this nigga.
Nah, I agree with you. I think she cooked him and she was cooking goddamn Cannon. It makes me want to go and watch the interview and see how, because it seemed like they were arguing for fuckery. Now, she did have her moments of capping and shit, but majority of what then came out of her mouth, I agree with her on. I was saying it in the first one when she was talking about Nick Cannon. I agree with what she's saying. Fuck what Nick talking about. Like, no, your kids don't come first. If you the wife, your husband come first. Well, obviously, if you do it the Christian way, it's God, the husband, then the wife, then the kids. But they will Nick was pushing against that. This shit with Cam don't know what the fuck he want to do, man. Cam probably had a bad relationship or something while he was in NFL and college, whatever the fuck. And he just like, look, I'm gonna do what I do. Everybody else doing it, so there ain't no fucking problem with it in his mind. And he just gonna keep doing it. I'm like, nigga, no. The only difference between all like him and Nick doing this shit, him, future Nick, all these other motherfuckers doing this shit, the ones that we know of, they got money at least to fucking supplement some of the bullshit that would come from if you was a poor motherfucker and shit. But majority of the motherfuckers doing to be poor ass dudes with these poor ass hoes. And I swear I didn't see one dude in the projects having fucking goddamn 5 kids by 5 different hoes in the projects. But they all knew he had a baby with the other bitch. It's like, yeah, I'll be the one. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna change him. I've seen a lot of girls think they could change a nigga. He ain't gonna change nobody.
I'm gonna tell you something because I kind of went through that. Like, but thankfully I had some kind of good discernment and discipline because I had females that be willing to do that. But I'm like, no, I didn't went through enough with my baby mama. Don't mean I'm gonna put you through. No, fuck that. I ain't finna throw myself in that fire. I done already been there before. I'm shared on both sides. I'm shared on both sides, baby.
That boy scarred. He ain't serious.
You
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 scarred.
you feel
They
so
meat tenderize your ass.
pause. So that's what I'm saying. So when women see that, you got a lot of females that will still like, no, I done have females. Oh, I'm gonna steal you from a lady. I ain't got no lady, bitch. Like adamant about that shit. No, you got people somewhere. You got somebody. I'm gonna take you. No, I'm good. No, there go my next baby. That bitch. What? You ain't gonna say husband. You talking about? Oh, you got me all the way fucked up. That and this was the time I had a little 4-piece grill in my mouth. You got females coming up with more gold in their mouth. Shit, they make me feel like I'm hurting and need them to throw me something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. I can take care of my own. No, I'm good. We ain't finna populate with your DNA. You got me. You got me all the fuck though, because my son is a blessing, a good young man. But you never know. You mess with the wrong person, and they raise your children up all fucked up, like you said. They in the projects doing all this fucked up shit. How you think they most likely gonna come out? Because this ain't the projects back in the '60s, '50s, where it was not that far removed. Where it was where it used to be like what you call them the like military bases. That's what projects actually used to be a lot of times was former military base for the family to stay there. You know what I'm saying? While the husband went off to war and the wife and kids stay there. That's what projects actually used to be for the most part. That ain't what it is nowadays. That shit ain't nothing but a breeding spot for degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real and slum lords and all kinds of bullshit. So yeah, yeah, yeah. She was cooking. She was cooking.
No, look, I agree with it, man. Look, I ain't gonna hold it. Look, I'm gonna play probably about 5 more minutes of this because I'm gonna show y'all one more quick little video because Cynthia said something earlier that I do want to come. We might it's this one right here in a future video because I actually might go to the interview for the Cam shit and the Nick Cannon one. Just see, mainly probably this Cam one, but we might make that a video this week. Let's see what we got.
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
That means
that the family is blended. So blended.
So blended means broken.
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy that you would entertain, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what is this man doing?
I don't want to hear Thomas.
Like I'm so confused why he's
I'm
mad.
telling you, he's extremely defensive. He probably already knew about her. He probably already knew how she got down because he's very defensive and he shouldn't be.
Yeah, and like you are creating broken homes. Like wait, like you know this. Like why are you mad? She's telling you what you already know. You have to know you're creating broken homes. You have to know that. His current baby mama was
Yeah, but she put it on black men. Didn't she say she hoped there was a black man, a problem that black men would stop doing? That's the problem. She putting the onus on black men and saying it's black men like you who have created this and continue to perpetuate this toxic cycle in the community.
Yeah. I just don't like how angry and defensive, and now you're gonna pry and ask her about whether or not she can get a man and blah blah blah. And it's like, girl, you are creating broken homes. Deal with that. We can discuss anything else you have, but like, let's deal with the fact that you're creating broken homes. His current baby mom was bragging, acting like she is not bothered about this interview. I bet that Cam is going to make a fool of her in less than 3 years. He likes collecting baby mamas. But like the way that she claims she caters to him, as soon as there is another person, like a child, where she has to care for that young.
Look. I gotta say this. Like, and once again, this is another example of women not even women accountable. Like, look, yeah, let's say that Cam does like collecting baby mamas. It seems like a lot of women out here want to be collected as a baby mama. You got one man. You got all these different women. He like collecting the baby mama. It seems like these bitches like to be collected. Like, I'm not saying we can't call this man out for his bullshit, and we've been doing it all night when we've been talking about them. Like, but what the fuck? There's no energy for the women. These women are so innocent, don't know what the fuck is going on, but also they strong and independent and don't need no man. Smarter than men. Work harder, get more money than men. All these things, all these women are so great, but also they stupid as fuck and don't know how to keep their legs closed. Somebody make that make sense to me.
An infant that is helpless. I wonder what's going to happen to her when she can't give him all that attention and treat him like the baby. Or maybe she can do both. We'll see. Thank you, Mistress Monica. Natalie says, I would say that along with the fear of money loss, he also doesn't have to commit the time and labor of taking care of children. He's not going to do that regardless. I think he thinks showing up and say, hey, how was the game? Goodbye is parenting.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just.
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old if he has no kids.
So your
he's a candidate.
non-negotiable is a person who does not have children.
My non-negotiable is a person with kids. But
And
yes,
see, now he's gonna be more offended because she basically.
Man, fuck, man. We done with that. Her voice just killed from it, man. Give me final thoughts on that goddamn video, man. Like, fuck, man. I covered, like, what was more interesting than this shit to me was the interviews that they were having Kim and what you call it. We'll do those. We'll do those interviews separately. Fuck what that bitch talking about. What you got? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I was about to say something last time, but speaking of what you said about the energy that they give these women, the only time they give energy to women, especially black women, is when they show some kind of love for black men. That's the only time they talk shit, and it's like, hold on, so what's wrong with showing love to black men? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you want us to do like just everybody just shit. Like, I can't do it. I can't be a hypocrite with you. Sorry, Dust Bunny. I can't be a hypocrite with you. Like, if we're gonna talk about being, fair based on certain things, the things that we talk about over here that's fair based and knowledgeable is all right, the men that are doing correct, the women that are doing the things correctly. The problem is a lot of our women are out of order and it's no equal accountability. That's all we speak to is equal accountability. We don't have no problem checking, man. Like, I guess the nurse, I mean, not nurse, the doctor chick or whatever, the PhD chick was gonna say to him, like, hey, I don't have no kids, so I don't want a man with kids. That is fine, shit. That's fine for you, Jay. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that don't offend. Like this was shit that trip me out when people get offended by that shit. Cam probably offended by that, but fuck it. Dog, that is fair. Men and women who don't have kids should be the ones to get together and build something. If a man or woman get with another man or woman and find something they can make something work, cool, great. But at the same time, I'm not gonna advocate for that. That's just like we had a show in one time in Alexis. Shout out to Alexis for Texas, and she was like, "Well, you might be missing something." So what?
I miss out. I miss out.
Oh, the fuck well, because guess what? I'm also gonna miss out on is the headache, the baggage, the therapy sessions that I'm gonna have to give this woman. Like I'm a unlicensed therapist, unofficial therapist. I'm gonna miss out on that too. So the benefits don't outweigh the bad. Like let's keep it fucking real. I'm so tired of people getting offended by their bad choices. You can say mistakes, but mostly it's bad choices.
Ain't bad choice.
And
Ain't no
then
goddamn mistake.
that's what I'm saying. So you can get offended by it. Feel how you feel, but we gotta as people, especially men, we gotta learn how to filter those feelings out. Even when I feel offended, I check my feelings at the fucking door, dog, so that way I can still have a
Uh-huh.
logical conversation. Fuck my feelings. We gotta get more to that, man. So Thigh Master and Dust Bunny G, we already know what they gonna do. We just like we'll cover it because it's there, but oh the fuck well, we know what it is. We know what it
Yeah.
is, man.
Same old shit, just a different day. Look, y'all, let's check out this last video. I'm gonna do it real quick because I wasn't planning on going 3 hours, and we already about to hit that 3 hour mark. But yeah, look, good conversations, good videos, make it work. Damn, I'm hyping myself up, y'all. Y'all didn't hear that. But Cynthia said something earlier in the video about, well, matter of fact, it wasn't even really Cynthia. She kind of commented on it, but it was really old girl, the doctor that kind of made it like you got a good man, you had a good man, you had a good man, and you left all these dudes. Cynthia didn't think it was a big problem. She thought that like that marriage should be in a crutch or some shit on a woman. All right, well, a lot of ladies are gonna end up like this. I want y'all to pay attention. A lot of them gonna end up like this with that mindset.
In waves. Most of the time, I'm okay. And then it comes and hits me like nobody's business. And honestly, I've been feeling like this a lot lately. It's love. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it myself. I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person? It's really hard when love is the one thing you can't force. You can't make it happen. Where is it? Where is it? I'm so ready.
Yeah, I gotta pause. I'm sorry. I'm laughing, but that part right there got me, y'all. Hold on. What did it say? Hold on, I gotta play it.
Yeah, you should donate her your cat, Jay.
She might need her. She might need her, bro. Look, yeah, I'll give her the cat first. She can't get my dog. She can get the cat. Get the cat first if it came down to it, because me and her ain't bonded too much, even though she get on my fucking nerves tonight. But nah, that shit cracked me up. Well, say get a cat. I love the thumbnails of this shit, like the little subtitle shit. Yeah, let's keep going.
It's really hard when love is the one thing you can't force. You can't make it happen. Where is it? Where is it? I'm so ready. And I have perfect man to show up. But where is he? I'm 53.
Well, damn.
And I just can't believe that I'm sitting here, and it has been several years. I think it was over a year that I had a date, and then it's been several years since then. Where are all the good men that are ready and want to build a beautiful life together?
You want to do it one more time?
Yeah, go ahead. She begging. Go ahead.
Let's do it one more time, y'all.
It comes in waves. Most of the time, I'm okay. And then it comes and hits me like nobody's business. And honestly, I've been feeling like this a lot lately. It's love. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it myself. I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person? You know, it's really hard when love is the one thing you can't force. You can't make it happen. Where is it? Where is it? I'm so ready. And I have a beautiful life waiting for the perfect man to show up. But where is he? I'm 53.
Well, damn.
And I just can't believe that I'm sitting here, and it has been several years. I think it was over a year that I had a date, and then it's been several years since then. Where are all the good men that are ready and want to build a beautiful life together?
Ooh. That was fun, y'all, wasn't it?
Hilarious.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing, but them
Why not?
goddamn them damn subtitles that kept popping.
Dang.
That shit was fucking hilarious, man. Cause it shoots right in the face of like lady. That lady's 53, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give her?
I give her for her age. I give her a 5.
Let me try to get a picture of it. Let me see. Not right there. Right there. Yeah, you use that. Scale of 1 to 10, you said 5?
Yeah, I give her a 5. I give her average. Well, for her age, she's. I give her 5.5 for her age because she actually not that bad looking for 53,
And she
and
look
she white.
good. She look
Yeah,
good.
and she white. You know how that's compared to us.
Say, and she white. Look, she did something right because usually that shit don't age well. But nah, look, I give her a 6. I give her a 6, adjustable 6 type shit.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, especially for her age. Yeah.
Well, she can get it. Let me be at the bar late one night. Let me be at the bar late one night. She coming up talking that. I got that sloppy toppy 3000. Hey man, meet me outside in the beam. It's gonna be quick. We gonna work it out. Nah, she ain't a bad looking woman. So think about it at that age. Just think about what she looked like when she was younger. So she probably had a lot of good options running up on her. Ain't no telling what the body looked like, but she got the face down pat. She probably had a lot of options of dudes running up on her, and she wasted that time. Now she's on the fucking internet crying, y'all, at this age. And that's gonna be the problem. Like, look, man, look, a lot of these ladies need to realize to settle down. Don't listen to Thymus and goddamn Cynthia G talking about don't get married and all this voodoo shit. And I'm telling the men, I will say this straight up, I'll bet. Ladies, y'all need to be striving to get married. Men, y'all need to be very cautious of who you get married to. Because I know a lot of y'all men want to get married. That was one of my big things too. Seeing everybody else around me get married, I'm like, yeah, fuck, man, I need on him to do this. Me and her been rocking. Let's go and do it. But nah, man, oh my God, we got Uncanny back up in here. I didn't even get a sound for that. But look, man, y'all need to lock in. Ladies, y'all need to be paying attention. Y'all keep thinking the grass is greener and there's so many fucking options out here. Look, you're gonna be that old looking for a
That
motherfucker.
grass ain't greener on the other side.
It ain't. See, Breezy done told y'all goofy asses. And think about it. She actually cute for an old ass lady. And she can't find a man. What your ugly ass gonna do? But that's besides the point. Kenny, give me your final thoughts on this video and the show, and then I'm gonna go to Op.
Okay. I think Cynthia G was kind of calm today, so we're gonna have to get her when she's on her little turmoil terrorist attacks. So,
We didn't watch it all the way through. Remember, I skipped
oh,
around a little bit. She probably did. I did hear her say Dusty and some other shit, but
she
we didn't
seems a
watch
little
it all.
calm. I think she's calm now because you don't got banned from YouTube.
Oh, she
And
probably
this,
just got digged down by her baby daddy last week.
which one? The one on YouTube or the other
She got two.
one?
He news
This
to me. He news to me.
But
this
Candy,
chick
would
right.
you smash her? Would you smash? You think she's still attractive for 53?
That's fast old lady. Oh, my bad. You said uncanny.
Not you. I said Candy.
Oh, you
I
can
would.
smash.
Yeah, I was smashed.
I'm
See,
telling
so
Lynn.
so
I'm telling Lynn
so
tonight.
do you? He's stupid. So do you think her problem, Candy? Do you think her problem is she played around with the guys in her youth? Because if she still look good like this at 53, she was probably banging at 30 years ago. So do you think at 23, all the way to then, she was just playing around?
Yeah, or probably dealt with. I mean, it could be both ways. You know what I'm saying? She probably dealt with men that were bad and dealt with men that were good and chased the men that were good away. You know, self sabotage. A lot of women are self sabotaging.
I think that's what it is. I think so.
I believe that. But yeah, I mean, as far as her, if Lena Jesus hearing this, this is you in like 8 years, man. You better get you gotta get on the program.
Stop the cap.
Come on, man. I ain't
Stop
gonna.
the cap.
Stop the goddamn cap.
Stop the cap.
Jay, we shouldn't be worried about being Lena G's. We should be worried about Colombiana. What's up with that? Third date. What is up?
Oh my
Uh,
God.
Come
Jesus
on
Christ.
now, Cannon. You know you still gonna be there when she 53.
Yeah, I am. I probably am going to still be there.
Goddamn right.
I can't
You
leave
better
that.
be.
I can't leave that yet.
Man,
Mm.
that man in love, man. Look,
That Chicago cookie.
Hold up. We bypassed the Colombiana.
No, we didn't bypass it because we talking about final thoughts on the video. That's what
All
we
right,
doing
but
right now.
hey man,
Miana.
are we going in on Cynthia G or what, man? God damn.
We did.
This this chick didn't say shit tonight. She was just quiet.
And see, uncanny for y'all that ain't never seen Cynthia G, y'all thought it was really bad. He line she gets a lot worse than that. This is a
Yeah,
tone down, but we did not cover all of it, so we don't know what she actually said. But she could have said a lot worse and more shit than that. But yeah, we kind of got a milk toast Cynthia G. That's milk toast tonight. That was milk toast, and she said some
yeah.
shit that I highly disagree with.
She just she let what did thought call her? Thought something? Thought leg, whatever. Thought
Right?
thigh.
He talking about thigh master, a thigh maker, or some shit like that. I don't know. He was calling Thymus that shit. But nah, fuck all that. Your final thoughts on what you saw. Besides, she wasn't that crazy tonight. What else?
This chick right here, she probably gonna stay single. And I already answered op on the final thoughts, but that's about it. I just came back up because I just want to know about the Colombiana in the third date.
Well, here, we'll talk about that in the back chat. Let's go to operative from the norm 18 2024. Sir, final thoughts on the thing. This shit that we've been covering for a little while.
Yeah, we already spoke on how silly Dust Bunny G and Thigh Master Maker is. But I don't know, it's stupid. Then plus she's still trying to slide her way back in. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to slide back in the home base. But you know how that shit go, man. It's just ridiculous. I can't wait till you actually do cover the one with her and Nick Cannon, like them actually talking, because This interview, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of bad with her and Cam Newton. So I can't wait to see what happens with her and Nick Cannon. And then real quick, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to your boy. It's the 10th channel till I get my regular channel back, but Big Op 2024. And on every Thursday, God willing, every Thursday on the JVJ Network, I got a show 8 p.m. Eastern time. Y'all check your boy out. You know what it is.
Yeah. Can't steal your shit. Look, y'all. It was fun tonight. I kind of did switch up the video, what we were supposed to be covering tonight, because I was gonna cover some other shit. But this seemed like a little bit. It was a little bit more pertinent because I can't stand that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I want to play that video. Talking about Ian Coulter. Yeah, at work, check it out, man. Got a bitch that talked about Ian Coulter. She eat the fuck out of that bitch. But I think I showed it twice last night. But in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to this, we are going to come back and address both of those live streams, the one with Nick Cannon and the one with Cam Newton, because I want to hear the argument. I was actually finding myself agreeing a little bit more with the doctor, which was funny, because most of the time I don't normally agree with a lot of ladies, but I was agreeing with her compared to what both of them fuck boys was talking about. But neither here nor there. Fuck Cynthia G. Eat grass, bitch. I keep saying that. I can't stand hateful ass people in here. But we gonna keep grinding out. We gonna keep rocking out, man. Y'all hit that like for everybody that hasn't hit it. Hit that motherfucker for your boy. We're trying to grow over here on the network. I'm shutting down over there on Let's Talk with JVJ. I got a video I'm about to post in a second about that. So y'all be on point, man. Support your boy. Support everything we doing over here, man. We got about to start popping his show out. Tuesdays is gonna be the goddamn sports show over here, man. Y'all fuck with your boy. Y'all rock with the team. And we gonna keep trying to grind them out, man, covering different content, different topics, try to make it interesting. But we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. And we'll catch y'all in the next one as always, man. Peace.